If you're looking for exclusive content, please don't look any further than joining the Trap Talk Patreon family. Some of the best reptile keepers in this industry are part of the Trap Talk Patreon family. As soon as you join the Patreon family, you connect to a Discord. You can also tap into an Instagram group chat, connect with some of the most diverse keepers we have in the reptile hobby today. Shout out to my Patreon members and be ready for Trap Fest 2026. It's going to be one of the biggest events yet. Find all information again in the very first link in the description below. And again, thank you so much to all my fellow Patreon members out there. Cheers. Shout out to USARK and all the USARK members. If you don't know what USARK is, do not be ashamed. Simply click on the third link in the description below. Go to usark.org. See what it's all about. See how you could actually protect your own collection whenever a legislation might hit your backyard. You just never know. Things are changing constantly in the reptile hobby, and it's good to know when things are creeping up in your area. So shout out to Phil Goss, shout out to Vanessa, shout out to Jeremy, shout out to all the USARK supporters and teammates out there. Cannot wait to see how much we fight this year to keep our animal rights. And if you're not a USARK member, talk to your fellow keepers and just let them know what USARK's all about, and they're here to protect our animal rights. Shout out to USARK and all the USARK supporters.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Trap Talk Reptile Network, coolest reptile network in the world, episode 742. The return of Brock Wagner, and was supposed to be Winston, but Winston is sick. Yeah. I'm going to question that a little bit later on in the episode, but no, I saw a report and the doctor says he has the flu. But listen, this is still going to be one iconic episode. Brock Wagner, the preparation of Tinley going down next week. So many questions, some amazing topics. So you guys are in for a treat. If this is your first time listening, what is good? I'm your boy MJ. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, select all. You'll be reminded every episode released out of the network 7 days a week. Brand new episodes dropped out of the network every day of the week. I just want to remind you can listen to all these episodes on all major audio platforms. So if you're not a YouTuber, that's cool. Head over to your favorite audio platform, go ballistic, go all the way back to the beginning of days and have fun with it, man. Shout out to tonight's sponsor, ZoomEd, just shy of 50 years, industry leader in the reptile industry. Make sure you get your new product at zoomed.com. Find all the latest products in the description below. My favorite being the Slither Sense right now. So please give me your feedback in the comment. Which one is one of your favorite new ZoomEd products? And also check them out on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you so much, ZoomEd. Also, tonight's episode is brought to you by Rare Genetic Inc. Shout out to Dr. Ben and Sean, killing it in this game, leading it when it comes to ball python sheds, colubrid sheds, boa sheds. Lot more new exciting announcements, coming from RGI here very shortly. So stay tuned. For now, make sure you go follow them on Instagram and get your next shed testing at raregeneticinc.com, and also subscribe to their YouTube channel and be ready for that next episode. Thank you so much, RGI. Also, tonight's episode is brought to you by Morph Market Shipping. All right, make sure you buy that next animal on Morph Market's website and ship directly from their website. You can also get shipping supplies that are on sale right now. So head over to Morph Market's website, buy your shipping supplies now. Take advantage of not only the cheap shipping supplies, but the cheap shipping rates. That's right, the cheapest you could find in the reptile game, hands down. Okay, thank you so much, Morph Market and Morph Market Shipping. And thank you to the last minute co-host, Big E Top G, for coming in clutch, double dipping on a Monday and Thursday. Thank you.
I have a statement.
Sure.
every day belongs to the trap.
Damn, there you go. Hey, I didn't say it, but I'm standing on that, man. But dude, I'm excited for tonight's guest, dude, and I appreciate you coming in. I know Tinley's on your radar at some point, but we have a veteran, a Tinley fucking straight OG coming on tonight's show. So I thought it would be perfect for you to jump on. And then we have also a special guest tapping in for the sick boy Winston. So but yeah, man, listen, how you feel about tonight?
You got a triple OG on, man.
Yeah, Brock, man.
I've never been on with Brock, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I was excited meeting him with you. Well, I already knew Brock, but that was your first time meeting him at Daytona, or no? Or have you met him before?
No, we talked prior a couple years back, for a good while. Yeah, great guy.
But that was one of the times we saw the nicest Hypo Sunset.
Oh yeah, sure.
Produced, hands down.
Yeah, I definitely want to hit Hypo Sunsets in the future down the road. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guess what? For any sunset lovers out there, we're hitting sunset hard as a topic tonight. All right. So you guys, I'm going to give you guys what you need, sunset lovers. Don't worry. It's going to go down. We're going to give sunset some flowers tonight, but I don't want to waste much time, man. I got my boys waiting. Are you ready to get this going or what?
Let's do it.
All right, man. You guys are in for a treat. Welcome back to OG, double OG, triple, Brock Wagner and special guest Steven of Leviathan Snakes coming at you right now. Hit that like button. Let's go.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
And we're live, episode 742. Welcome back, Brock and Steven. What is good, boys?
What's going on, man?
What's up, everybody?
How you feeling, Brock?
I'm feeling awesome. Like, this is cool to be back. I haven't been on Trap in at least a year. I think I was with Steven last time. How you doing, Emilio?
Great, man. You,
I'm doing okay.
Steven?
What's going on, man?
Good, man.
We're just going to start this out with me and Emilio talk about how we're investing in the Scrambler project, right, Emilio? Yeah, we're starting off right now. I think me and Emilio, we're going to buy the Scrambler project. We're going to get into that shit.
Hey, it's just like Brock to start it with a bang.
Fuck yeah.
And you know what's crazy? I was kind of bummed. I was like, damn, there's no guns behind you, Brock.
Hold up.
You don't need them. Don't need
I
them.
just said something interesting. How about you started with a bang? How about bang?
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's get bang going. Emilio told me 2 years ago. You're like, Brock, you got to get bang, baby. You got to get bang in your life. We need Brock Wagner with bang. And I'm looking at it, I'm looking at Orange Drain. I'm looking at Gene X, and I'm looking at bang. I'm like, oh no, they genetically tested different. I'm like, bitch, you ain't tested that shit.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, right. Okay, let's get into that, Brock. How many of these same stories have you seen now, being as long as you've been in the game? There's something new in the market.
So I'm 24 years in, and there ain't nothing I haven't seen, and they just keep renaming the same shit 5 million times. I can't even tell you how much. And I honestly, and I've said this before, I feel fucking bad for people that truly believe they're getting something different, or that they're fucking spending $5,000. They think they're getting something different, and they ain't getting nothing but something we've already got. Sorry.
No, you're good, Emilio. I mean, come on, Emilio. How does this not hit home right now to us?
Hey, listen, man.
Holy shit!
It's what we've been saying.
I know.
You get a guy like Brock saying
it's not us now. It's not us. It's Brock.
I know. But when you get a guy at Brock's level,
Case closed.
It's like, okay, shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Emilio. I thought I'd have a little fun with that because you and me.
No, don't apologize.
Don't be sorry, please. Unless you piss Steven off. Steven, are you upset?
Wait a minute. Wait, Brock, are you saying that the bangs that you sold us aren't actually bangs? Like,
we might have to talk about that next weekend, brother. I gotta take care of it.
Steven, you have bangs. I'm sorry, bro.
No, we don't. We don't have it. We don't have it.
Hey, Steven, it was the wording, brother. It was the wording. It was the wordplay.
Okay, and what's crazy is like Brock's not afraid to take on new things that come in. If it makes sense, Brock, you're all in, aren't you?
Fuck yeah, I'm 100% in. I got one for you, gentlemen. I bought into Cosmos, even though Ralph tried to keep me out of it. Okay, and I got the messages to prove all that shit. And then I watched your episode where you asked him like 15 good questions, MJ, and I think he maybe answered 2 or 3. I'm not sure, but I'm like, I'm still confused. Like what the fuck? So yeah, I buy shit.
Let me not be a dick right now. I think he's confused himself.
I love that. I love we got this other gene, White Flame, and I'm hoping that Winston and I got it. I think we do. So we're excited. We'll see. It's gonna be good.
What's crazy is after that episode, I think it was Brad Boa that said that they actually hit some really cool Cosmos stuff finally. Like it was like they're like, dude, we actually hit some stuff, but then I haven't heard nothing since.
No. So we'll start off with some positive Cosmos news.
Yeah.
Brad's produced some awesome Cosmoses. I obviously promote Brad Boa Reptiles, and he's produced some awesome Cosmoses. And it's my understanding in talking to Brad that, you can put down X amount of Cosmos, but like only every now and then you're going to get that really fucking hot one, the one that they said that messes up with the White Flame and makes a really fucking kick-ass combo that everybody likes. And that's kind of like what I think Justin said on your guys' episode, on your guys' Trap Talk here. And so obviously this will be our first year producing. We got some gravid females, Winston and I, and we're taking in the spot nose clown. There's certain things because we looked and see what Ralph did that paired up with it really nice, and so we're working on that shit plus DG shit. I think Justin's already made a chocolate Cosmos clown. Does that sound right, guys?
Yeah, I think too.
I believe so.
I believe so too. Emilio, does it have the White Flame in it too? Does it
does it look good?
Does it look good?
I think it's nice. I don't know. I don't remember enough to say if it has it or not.
I think it does, but I can't remember 100%, guys. So, but no. And then here's a positive for the industry. We'll start this off. Everyone wants to talk about how bad the market is. My buddy Brad's been selling fucking Cosmos White Flame clowns, and he's been doing great. So it's a fucking positive. Like it's really good.
And even you, Brock, I mean, come on, think about all these years, and here you are still hanging tough. Like we talked about this last Tinley, like how many dips you've seen, but yet you're somehow able to hold on.
Yeah, why the fuck am I still here? I don't know. I mean, shouldn't I have been like retired and fucking dead by now? I mean, MJ, you said it a few times too. Like, bro, many people want you fucking dead. Like, why are you still even here? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'm a dead man walking right now at this point. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, who's producing some crazy shit?
Yeah, I try.
Yeah. So first topic, let's get into Sunset. Where are things at? Obviously that's your baby. I feel like, and even though you put me in a headlock a couple times,
I put you in 2 headlocks over Sunset. He doesn't fucking get it. Just so you know, Emilio likes Sunset, but that guy up there on the top, oh fuck, yeah, he don't like the Sunset. Mm-hmm.
No, I give flowers to beautiful looking sunsets. That's that, and I did with your Sunset hypo at Daytona. I displayed it on the vlog, all nice and shiny because it deserved it.
Did you see that Sunset hypo fire that we just produced and sold? That looks fucking tits. It's amazing.
Where'd you post it at?
It's up on my Instagram. You can go over my Instagram because I know we don't do Facebook. We do Instagram here. So go to Instagram. I posted it. It's pretty hot. The customer's very happy. Very nice.
Oh, wow. Okay. I see it right here. It's very bright. So right now, where are things with Sunset and hypo or what's your biggest bread and butter with Sunset right now?
That's a really good question. We are, that snake right there. That nice. Snake is fucking tits. That is amazing. That is a beautiful looking snake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I I want to get that into like clown. Obviously, my puzzle project. I don't know what adding DG to that could do, but we're going to try to explore that as well. But now, one thing that we're trying to do, and we got some clutches this year, is we're trying to get Ultramel into the hypo. So we're trying to get hypo Ultramel sunsets, and so that's one of the things that we're working on. So I don't know if we'll get it, but we're trying. So we can get hypo Ultramel sunsets. Sorry, I took notes here because I got so many projects going on. I'm trying to fucking keep it all straight. Also, we are working hard on the hypo sunset puzzle this year. I know I got some competitors that are trying to fucking beat me to it, but we're working really hard on it. It's true. It's true. You know, you got the Miguels and the Justins out there. You know, they're always going to be on top. So I'm just the bottom feeder trying to chase their crumbs.
Hey, but you'll never be complacent because of them. You'll always be on top of your shit. So that's
yeah, that's 100%. I think people like that, we all try to inspire each other, and we try to inspire each other to do good things. You know, to keep going and keep working hard.
Isn't that the secret of staying in this game? Is staying inspired? You know, like find a way to, no matter what's happening, let it fuel you and your projects. Yeah, because excitement's everything. Like, why? I don't think any of us would be working ball pythons if they weren't exciting.
100%. And you know, Brad saved our fucking asses in Tinley when he produced those DG Sunset Clowns, and they were fucking awesome. And you know, we brought them to the show, we sold them, they were fucking amazing looking. Even I was like, holy fuck, this is a breathtaking animal. And so there's so many things that we still have yet to do with our Sunset project that we're working. And other people are going to beat me to it as well, because, you know, I can't do fucking everything. And me and my little triad, we can only do so much. So, you know, Steven there, he's out there slaying fucking goddamn Ultramel puzzle. He's like, I just produced another one. He's calling me on the phone and he's like, hey, you know, it's just another one. Got orange cream in it, maybe some vanilla, some other shit. It's great. Yeah. Hey, is that how you did, Steven? Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Spot on impression.
Hey, but to be fair though, like Steven and Courtney had to wait some years before they started knocking some shit out of the park. It didn't just happen overnight for them.
No, it did not. Steven and Courtney got into the Sunset Project. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Steven, like 5 or 6 years ago. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it was 2020. We bought our very first mail from you.
2020? Maybe?
2020. Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, it had orange green, but your guys' story, Steven, is one of perseverance and how you guys stayed with it. And you guys also had the foresight to get, you know, one of the things you told me you wanted to do was Ultramel. And I mean, fuck, you slayed it with that, did you not?
We got very lucky on that one. Like, man, I'm excited about it.
That's positive. Yeah, that was awesome.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Steven.
I was just gonna say 3 Ultramel sunsets off a double head to double head. I can't complain about odds ever again. Like, that's like,
yeah.
So,
and what did you hold back?
So we held back a Super Orange Dream Ultramel Sunset male, and then we sold an Orange Dream Ultramel Sunset to Brett and John of Jersey Guys Balls, and then an Ultramel Sunset to Vince and Melise of Surplus.
Fucking Jersey Guys, dude, they don't fuck around either, dude. Like they're all over that shit. They really are. Shout out to John and Brett. But yeah, Tornado, you know, what do you think of Tornado, Brock?
You know, that's a really cool and different project. I started getting offered, I think, about 3 years ago, and I got offered animals out of Britain. Does that sound right? I think they were coming out of Britain. And I started getting pictures and stuff like that. And I was a little confused, kind of like what they were. And I was a little confused about it at first. But then Jeremy Bod, he's produced – I actually like Jeremy Bod's tornadoes better than I like the tornadoes that are coming out of Britain. Just to be honest with you, I know they're probably the same thing, but the bloodlines, whatever. Jeremy's animals just look a little fucking better to me, to be honest with you. And I think that there's still a lot to be done with the tornado. I mean, I know that the big dog Justin's going to be pushing it pretty hard this year and in the future. So, I mean, I think we're going to see some cool stuff from it. I'm excited to kind of see how it combos with certain things. You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So, Emilio, what do you think of tornado? I want to get the big dog here. Tell me, Emilio, what do you think of tornado?
I'm excited about it because first, it's recessive. Second, I think it's I compare it to there's nothing that looks like it. So it's the newest gene since maybe Monsoon.
Okay. All right.
So I'm excited about it. It's something that I want to get down the road. I want to see Tornado Puzzle, Tornado Clown, obviously. But the Tornado Adult that I saw at Justin's blew my fucking mind.
Was it really cool? See, I've never seen an adult, dude. Was an adult pretty fucking cool?
I'll send you pictures after the podcast. I took pictures.
Okay.
Dude, I love the pattern on that animal, the color. It's fucking wild.
So does it change the color? Does it?
Yes.
It changes the color as they age?
A bit, yeah.
Darker, right, Emilio? It favors the dark side, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and to me, the pattern-wise, there's nothing really. I don't think there's anything like it.
What's your guys' both take when you go pattern to pattern? Because we see Tornado has a unique pattern. I love Puzzle's pattern, and I feel like if you work Puzzle, you don't want to do anything to fuck the Puzzle pattern up. So, do you look at that at all, Brock? Where like when you're working Puzzle, are you worried about another type of morph messing up that pattern? And do you feel like Tornado and Puzzle would work out?
Yeah, so 100%. Let's just go back to Sunset. My guys, Brett and John over at Jersey Balls, good friends, good people, love them. They are working real hard on the Sunset. Oh God, help me out. Steven, help me out with it. Monsoon. Sunset.
Sunset Monsoon.
Yep, yeah. Thank you. And I remember having the conversations when they first started, breeding for those. And I was like, what the fuck is that going to do? Because you got two pattern disrupting, genes that are going to counteract with each other. Yeah, the Sunset's going to add red to it. But what's going to happen because those guys will definitely, I think, produce them before anybody else. And what is that snake going to look like? Is the Sunset going to tear the fucking, the Monsoon pinstripey type pattern up and fucking make it striped? I'm almost wondering if it's going to make it fucking striped or what. But so like when you're adding two heavily striped or heavily patterned, twisting snakes like that, I think it's going to fuck some shit up. And I think it could be cool. I could be wrong. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I think it could be fucking awesome.
What do you think, Steven?
Going on both of them for the Tornado and the Monsoon Sunset stuff. For the Tornado, I think that obviously it's completely different, but I kind of think of it like paint. And where paint works really well with Clown, I'm sure Tornado Clown is going to be amazing. I'm sure Tornado Puzzle is going to be incredible. I'm very interested in Tornado Sunset stuff. Obviously, we don't have any Tornado, but I think that I'm hoping that it looks cool, but I'm also worried because that it might obliterate all the pattern on the Sunset too. And that's what I'm thinking for Monsoon. I think it's either going to be wildly different than anything else, a Sunset Monsoon, or it might obliterate all the pattern. And either way, like, we got to figure it out. But if it looks amazing, I'm like, all right, let's get some Monsoon. Like,
yeah. No shit. If the Monsoon Sunset, Steven, looks fucking awesome, then the Sunset Tornado is going to fucking look awesome.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But what's crazy too with Sunset, right? Like, regardless of what it does to a Sunset pattern, you're going for that color with Sunset. Sunset throws a unique type of color you can't get anywhere else. And what I'm starting to realize too, correct me if I'm wrong, Brock, depending on the type of line you have with Sunset or what you have in it, it does age better depending what you have in it. Like, as far as the coloration of Sunset comes to life with age, no?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, obviously, you and me have talked about the brown turd comments and all the other wonderful stuff I fucking had rolled at me, even by you. So, yeah. When we add the Orange Dream, we get vanilla. We've really started to make our Sunsets age better by adding other genes and enhancing morphs with it. But another thing, and you can call BS on me on this, and I don't care. Line breeding the better, keeping the better looking Sunset and breeding it to a better looking Sunset will actually make the Sunset be, age better. Their babies will age better.
No BS on that. I'm a true believer in line breeding. I think we were gonna get to this next topic. Like, how do you think you can make a gene better? It's by working it more, right?
Working it, line breeding it, holding back your best babies, and then fucking keeping those for yourself, and then breeding those for your future. Stock. 100%. Everybody does that. I know a lot of people should. You agree, Emilio?
Oh yeah, for sure. I do a lot of that. My Exantic clowns are very close-lined. Overall, I'm getting some different stuff into them now. That's why they look so good. But I was gonna go towards that Sunset Fire Hypo or Fire Sunset Hypo. I have to say, guys, and I want both of your opinions on this, Steven and Brock. Aside from Ultramel Sunset, I have to say that I think that's one of my favorite animals hit.
Cool.
I think the hypo stuff with Sunset blows away the DG stuff, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yep.
What would you guys say to that?
Especially if we're talking about aging, like what age?
We'll let Steven, you go first.
Okay. All right. So I do love the Hypo Sunset, not Fire Hypo Sunset. It's got that perfect amount of reds into it. Like, oh, I love it. And I do think the DG Sunsets look good, but they go more towards the yellow kind of spectrum, and you lose out. Not all of them. Like there, I saw a Inchy OD DG Sunset that looks really good. But overall, I do prefer the Hypo Sunsets more than I prefer the DG Sunsets. I love the Hypo Sunsets, Puzzle Sunsets, Ultramel Sunsets are my top 3 for doubles. I like the Sunset Clowns, but they don't age as well as any of those 3.
I will agree with that. Kind of answering Emilio's question. I've seen DG, Sunsets, brother. We produced them. We have them. They don't fucking look anything like a fucking hypo. I'm sorry. The Hypo Sunset's still the best. I produced the first ones back in 2018. I still can't believe they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. There's certain morphs with Desert Ghost guys that, go really well. We know that you can't put DG into Butter, into the Bell Complex, Mojave, things like that. It just doesn't look that good. Sunset, the DG Sunset Clowns that Bravo produced were fucking amazing. I will tell you that as babies, as they've aged 300 grams, they are fucking amazing. Hypo Sunset still it's the best combo. I'm sorry. It is. I love Steven's Ultramels. I've held them. They're amazing. Steven, you got to get fucking hypo into that for sure, buddy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're doing it with the boy we got from you. We got the Bongo triple head. That's going, yeah.
I don't think that there's any better amplifier to Sunset than fucking hypo. I mean, even my puzzle, I love the puzzle shit, obviously. But hypo is just, honestly, it makes the Sunset age so fucking great and so much better. It's awesome. So Emilio, you got to go hypo, buddy. You got to go hypo.
He's in it. He's definitely hypo. Yeah. But that's one thing Sunset needs. It needs something that helps it age good. And hypo's that great ingredient.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I think, and it's like that, guys, with a bunch of different morphs. There's morphs that are great on their own, but when you add other things, to them, you can really fucking pick them up. And I'm not talking about pastel clowns. I know MJ, you're kind of still back in the day, but adding pastel to clowns, you got to get out.
Dude, damn, that's heavy. Hey, he's not even lying though. Brock, I mean, to be fair, Emilio backed me up. I'm maturing my collection. I'm figuring out some things that need to leave, and a lot of it's pastel. All right, Brock, I'm starting to pay attention.
Hey,
right?
You know what I like about Brock? He's cold-blooded.
I told myself, Emilio, I'm gonna have fucking fun tonight. Okay, I'm like, it's a week before Tinley. I've had a stressful day. I'm just gonna have fun. MJ's my buddy. I can make fun of him. It's good.
So I have a question for both of you, Steven and Brock.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's gonna look better, Sunset Exantic or Sunset Monsoon?
Okay.
Damn.
If I had to, all right. I think that Sunset Exantic is a bigger risk, but if it looks good, like you get like a black and white or silver snake and a little teeny tiny bit of like reddish orange peeking through, because if you have like a banana sunset or something, you get a little bit of the yellow colors peeking through. If the Exantic Sunset looks like that, it's gonna be like, oh wow, that's wild. But there's also a huge risk that it's just gonna look brown. So it's like, I feel like bigger risk reward on Exantic Sunset. I feel like that if I had to pick one, I think it's more likely Monsoon will look better. But if the Exantic Sunset hits, it's going to be amazing.
I think it's going to be when does it hit? I think we're going to see a lot of ugly Exantic Sunsets, and then we'll be like, holy shit, look at this Sunset Exantic finally after we've seen a bunch of nightmares.
Or will people not tell us, MJ, when they hit that?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you.
No, for sure.
Bob's gonna tell you too.
Brock just fucking put light to something that people do. People, if they don't make something pretty, they won't tell you. They'll hold it. They'll hold on to it. Like I love you, Miguel, but it took a long time to see that Sunset DG. Like it took a long time to see that fucking thing.
Hey, it also took 2 years to see the Pastel Monsoon pipe.
What are you gonna do?
Okay, so I'm gonna answer the question. I think, Emilio, that the Sunset Monsoon is going to be a lot better than the Xanthic. Now, I'm going to fucking preface this. I think that the DG Sunset Xanthic is probably going to look cool. It's going to look good. I think that snake's going to look fucking good. I think that when we add, because everything I see, gentlemen, from the DG Xanthic project, and you know, we're working that hard this year. I think that DG and Xanthic are obviously meant for one another. And I think with the Sunset, you can make a fucking stellar looking snake. I think you can look a cool looking snake. You guys agree?
What about Truco Sunset?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think a hypo Xanthic would look nuts in a Sunset, Brock? I think that's the real ticket, personally.
It could. God, it would take so long to get there, but yeah, 100%.
I could still make triple heads, pos quad heads. But I feel like I'm going to go a safer route with that girl. Okay. So I see a Sunset Xanthic. But to give you my outlook on the whole thing between both of those combos is that when you put darker genes to Monsoon, you kind of mute Monsoon.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see the Sunset more than you see the Monsoon. So I feel like both combos are right here. Whereas the Sunset Xanthic, you're gonna be able to see both genes. So we'll see. You know.
No, you could be right. I think, Emilio, that the DG Sunset Xanthic is gonna look fucking tits. I think that's gonna be a looking snake. MJ. I think that we could see people produce Sunset Xanthics and maybe we don't see them right away. You know. So I have a friend that produced the Sunset G Stripe. They're not showing it.
Oh yeah, I mean, wait, isn't G Stripe the Kiki shit? Isn't that what? Am I wrong?
No, there's no kinking. There's no kinking.
No, Kiki. No, Kiki. What's that Kiki?
Sorry, Kiki Ball is your G Stripe clown, which that was hot like 5 years ago, MJ. But yeah,
it kind of wasn't though. I'm not gonna lie, I was never a fan of that.
Damn, Brock, they hit a Sunset G Stripe.
They made it. Yeah, someone made a Sunset G Stripe, but they're not showing it, Emilio. They're not. I told them to show it. They're not showing it.
Is it a guy in Miami?
Nope. It's East Coast. It's East Coast.
Okay.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, bro. There was I'm sorry. I mixed up something else because I believe that a guy here in Miami hit G Stripe Monsoon and he won't verify it. That's what I think it is.
Okay. Did it just take the Monsoon pattern and put a stripe, like a clear stripe down the back of it?
No. What I saw was the only combo I could come up with what I know the guy has in his collection.
Yeah. And
the color on the animal. I came up with a theory that it is a G-stripe Monsoon, and I asked and I didn't get an answer. But whatever.
Was that Dynasty on Instagram?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I saw it too. Yeah.
So I kind of came up with a theory that based on color, the color that the G-stripe might have brought to the animal, that it could be G-stripe Monsoon.
But why wouldn't he want to tell you? Like he's trying to keep
it. That's the way this dude is, you know.
He's very under the radar.
Yeah.
We don't want you to know what he's got going on, all that kind of stuff. Not everybody, MJ, in the industry is an open book like myself. A lot of secrets. And guys, 15 years ago, that's how this industry used to be. It was very secretive. If you weren't in the fucking club, you weren't in the club. And they would die to protect their secrets. They really would.
Yeah, pre-social media, it was a whole different ballgame.
It totally was. Like you'd get a picture and you couldn't share it, you couldn't tell anybody, and they're like, check this fucking out. And then you would know to start breeding towards that, but they wouldn't even come like live with it for another year. That's how that shit used to work. Mm-hmm.
Back when people would make a killing off fake heads.
Oh yeah.
What a dirty era, huh?
Well, I just watched Leviathan had a great fucking episode yesterday. I watched they were talking about with Miguel and Voodoo, and they were bringing up the Red Ball shit, and I fucking
remember
that was that pre you, Steven? You weren't even involved.
Yeah, no, we weren't involved on that one.
I was barely getting in when that happened. I was like,
one of my fucking good friends spent $15,000 on a pair of fucking hets that don't even produce albinos, Steven. And anyhow, I told that motherfucker, I said, do not buy those. Do not fucking buy those. And that Michael fucking Friedman fucking stole that money from him and took it. I was like, motherfucker. It was bad. Yeah.
That was a fun episode. Like, that was fun to record and fun to
I like that they dropped the names, and I like that it was so true. And I know Brittany, I know my buddy, I know several others that fucking did that. And I was like, guys, Jesus Christ. It was like Scrambler, Emilio. It was like, Jesus Christ, do not fucking do that. Their money got scrambled away.
I kind of think Scrambler did more of a number than that fucking thing did. Because
I think when we find out the total devastation of the Scrambler project, once we find out the total devastation, it's going to be fucking wild. It's going to be wild.
What do you think? No, you're not. You're good. Steven, what do you think of that, Steven? Jumping on to a morph before really kind of letting it settle in. I mean, you're in a sense witnessed a lot of excitement of new stuff popping into the hobby, but for you, for what does it take for you to jump in? You know what I mean?
So we do get excited. I would say anybody puts out a cool video, anybody shows a cool snake, I'm like, oh, that's so freaking cool. And like every single time, like anybody can appreciate a cool looking snake. I have gotten to the point where if I want to understand it, and if there's essentially go through like, is it viable? Like super form, is there one? If there's not, all of that stuff, then is there anything that it could potentially be? And if there is something that it could potentially be, what do the genetic tests say? Like at this point in time, like, and then again, at that point, if it's really cool, their genetic test says it's not something that's already there, and I like it, I'd be like, okay, all right, well, I want to get into this. But we also we don't have that many animals compared to like people like Brock, people like Bob, stuff like that. We have, I think, like 150 total that we have right now. So we don't have like a ton where we can just work every single thing. But I do get very excited about new genes, specifically stuff that I think looks really cool. When I first saw all the Scrambler stuff, they are beautiful, beautiful animals. And I talked to Brock about it, like, oh man, these look amazing. But because there isn't a shed test for it, and they have been very, very expensive up until now, it's not something that we ever got into.
And remember too, guys, back when this was first becoming a thing, they didn't want to shed test the people who were throwing out Scrambler. They were kind of like, nah, we're not really pursuing shed testing, which is, for me, the biggest red flag for any fucking morph in the hobby. Like, I get if you have something new, but if you don't want to prove it out, how far do you plan on getting with that? I don't get it. Like, why wouldn't you want to prove that out, Brock? Makes no sense.
100%. I think the fact that it has to be attached to Orange Dream to see it, that's a problem. And the fact that you can't shed test for it, or you can't, I know that they've tried to show you what a regular Scrambler looks like, but dude, it looks like a fucking normal.
My eyes see what they see, dude, and I'm not buying it.
I don't. Yeah, there's a lot of like very subtle enhancing morphs, but Scrambler is definitely not one of them. And you can just, what people have to understand, you have high intensity Orange Dream. All that is a refined fucking Orange Dream is what it is. It's someone working the Orange Dream project to a very high level and making just beautiful examples of it. It's not a different animal. So.
And there would have been nothing wrong with that. Like, okay, cool, this is a beautiful line of what we're working here. But I don't know, Emilio, I know you want to comment on this.
I was told by a breeder friend of mine that's talked about this with the shed companies, and they pretty much told them that they very much doubt that there'll ever be a test for that. That speaks volume.
It does, right there, Emilio. That speaks fucking just. It writes books, does it not, buddy? Does it not write books? And where I have a problem, Emilio, is I know people have dropped $5K on an Orange Dream, pinstripe, blah blah blah. And it's just like, I'll sell you that same fucking snake for $400, but you just bought it over here for $5,000. I'm like, you know.
Now, I'm gonna say this. I always say this. They're beautiful animals. They're very well bred, extremely well bred animals through very, very great lineage that has a few things bouncing in there. And when you got a great recipe, shit looks good.
Yep.
You know, you got OD Calico, you got Yellow Belly, you got Java, you got, you know, certain, you know, one copy of Het Lav. It makes shit more orange.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know that.
Well,
So-
we also know, Amelia, we also know that Het Clowns, I can, if you put, you know, a pile of normals in front of me and say, Brock, pick out, there's 10 snakes here, pick out the 5 that are Het Clown. I will be able to take the Het Clowns and put them over here.
I did that at your table.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, in Daytona.
I
You know,
did.
with some
Yeah.
possible double heads for Sunset Clown. I mean,
Yep.
yeah,
It was crazy. It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to look at it. Like it just look at the pattern. It shows you it's trying to be a clown, but it's not.
And
What,
just when you produce so many animals like we do,
Yeah.
and you see so many fucking normals, you can tell, oh, this is just a fucking normal. No, that snake's got something else going on. Like
Mhm.
at Sunsets early on, I know Ben Riddick before he passed away, bless his heart, love Ben. Ben used to tell me before I could do it, Ben was like, Brock, I can pick up the Het Sunsets. I'm like, you could? And I remember talking to him about it very specifically, and he's like, Brock, I can totally pick up the Het. And this is the time I was like, man, brother, you really think you can? And Ben did a really fucking good job that he could take the hets and he could, because he was breeding a Het Sunset male at the time. I mean, granted, guys, this is a long time ago.
Back there, yeah.
Yeah, and he was fucking setting aside the Het Sunsets that he saw, and then he was fucking taking, you know, and selling the fucking possets. And I was like, and he did a really fucking good job. And so Ben Riddick was kind of one of the first people to really kind of talk to me about that. And I was, because they were so expensive at the time, gentlemen, that I was like, no, dude, unless I'm breeding a sunset visual, I'm not fucking with the possets. You know, I'm not going to try to identify them. I'm not doing that. So
Yeah, Brock. I'm sorry, MJ, real quick. Bro, and at the end of the day, in 24 years, I'm gonna take a guess. You've probably produced 15 to 20,000 ball pythons, correct?
Yeah, probably easily. Yeah.
Think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
That's where the eye, you know how many paint jobs this man's seen? Patterns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, and you know, Steven was just speaking about excitement and being new into the hobby, but that excitement needs to fucking settle down when a trained eye is telling you what the fuck they're seeing. And Brock, how you think a guy just a year into the hobby could fucking pinpoint hets like that? You know, or really visualize what they're looking at? No, dude.
They can't. But I need Steven. Do you want to know why I need Steven, guys? I'll tell you why I need Steven. I need Steven because 5 years ago or 6 years ago when Steven gets in the hobby, he's excited. He's energetic. He's happy. He's fucking positivity coming out his asshole. I need Steven. I love Steven. It's amazing. You know, he's awesome. I need people like him, the positivity to come and rejuvenate me and make me me. Does that make sense?
Brock has a volcano of energy, and he needs nobody to help him be hyped up.
I need you, brother. I need you, Steve.
Okay, hold on. We're off topic real quick, and we'll get right back on it. But Steven, what did Brock mean about like, hey, MJ's normal? Or remember you hung out with me, and then Brock was so shocked that I was actually a pretty chill guy.
Oh yeah. So I mean, you have a bit of a persona online of being like, all right, we're getting this right now, and that
Auger hits for everybody. Auger hits for everybody.
like you know, and I was like, oh no, honestly, it was just chill, like just hanging out. Like
when he told me you were normal, I was like, what? Because look, I've hung out with a lot of reptile people, and when Steven and Courtney came here in 2024 and hung out with us for 4 or 5 days, me and Gretchen were like, they're fucking normal. I'm like, they're normal. It was so awesome. They were so nice. It was so beautiful. It was so awesome. And so I trust Steven's judgment, excuse me. And when he hung out with you, and he was like, yeah, no, it was actually really low key, really normal. I'm like, you fucking
I've
normal.
said this.
Like, yes.
I've said this a million times. In person, MJ is like the sweetest guy in the world, bro. I mean,
So is it all facade? Am I just putting a fake you guys think out there? Is that what it is?
nah,
I think you get very passionate when certain topics come up, and you're like, oh, I'm going. Like, I am not shying away from this. But in person, it's just like, there's no reason for anything like that to happen.
Well, I do get pumped up out of Tinley, I'll tell you that much. It's kind of one of my favorite reasons of going to Tinley is hanging out with Brock and his wife and just the vibe, you know, first and foremost, which I don't know, how excited are you guys for Tinley next week? It's a big week tomorrow, next week. So how do you guys feel about that, Brock? Let's get into it.
Oh, you bet. So I obviously love Tinley. You know, Daytona is like my fun show / we're just starting out the season, blah, blah, blah show. And Florida's just a different vibe. But Tinley's my jam. And Tinley's my jam for several different reasons. I've been vending the show, I think, since 2006. And I know the people there. I know locals that come and visit me there, guys. They don't even buy fucking snakes. But they bring me presents. They bring me beer. They bring me shirts. They bring me shit. Because I've known them now for 20 fucking years. And so, like, that's like my people. It's amazing. And Steven can attest to this. I love, tell Steven about my fucking dinner. Do I not love my dinner?
Yeah, here, I'll hype up Brock to dinner for him. So that way he, all right. Very first time we went to Tinley, we were doing like a live with Brian Cusco. It was on Instagram. It wasn't even on YouTube, all that stuff. Right. And during it, Cusco asks us, like, because we were talking about Sunset. It's like, why did you ask me to do this? Why didn't you ask like Brock or Brad or somebody like that? And Courtney says on the live, well, we asked Brad to do it, but he's too old and he doesn't know how to use Instagram. So he didn't end up doing it. Damn. So the next day, Brad, we'd never talked to Brad. We hadn't met him yet. No, so I don't even think we bought the Sunset from you, Brock. We hadn't talked to Brad.
Yep, that makes sense. Yep.
So the next day, Brad messages us on Instagram. We're like brand new in the hobby. This is like 2021. And it's like, hey, Steven, call me when you get a chance. And he sends the number. And Courtney saw it first. She's like, oh, what did I say? Oh no, what did I say? He's mad at us. What happened? So I call and he is just like super sweet. He's just like, hey man, I am super sorry that we didn't get back to you on the live. We definitely owe it to you. I'll make Kevin do it the next time. By the way, are you going to Tinley? And it was a March Tinley. And we're brand new in the hobby. We weren't planning on going to it. And I'm like, it's kind of a long drive because it's like 12 hours for us. He's like, well, if you do decide that you want to go, we are having this dinner on Saturday night, and I would love to invite you and Courtney to come to dinner with us. I'm like, we got to go to dinner. Like, this is like Brad Boa. This is Brock Wagner. We got to do it. So we came to Tinley specifically for his dinner. It is the nicest dinner that happens any place in the reptile hobby. And we go to lots of stuff in the reptile hobby. It's at Primal Cuts.
Same room, exact same room every time. I've crashed that dinner at least 3 times. I haven't been invited, but I crashed it. I crash it because I'm usually there with Gary or some chondro guy having dinner, and then I always see that room packed full of people as I'm leaving, and it's all my people. I always go in there, say hi, and there's Brock, fucking man, head of the table, dude, just running the show and fucking just
I love it. I look forward to Tinley. I mean, the dinner is just amazing. Bunch of people, no drama. We all get along. The stories that are told in there are just priceless. And me and my wife love it. She holds court in there herself. And one of the things, gentlemen, that I love about it is that there's just never any drama. We all get along. We're all fucking friends for 15, 20 years. And there's just so much that gets told and gets said in there, and so much, bread is broke between friends. It's amazing. And I have love because other people, if you didn't know this, MJ, other people have actually tried to buy that room out from under us at Tinley. Did you know that, MJ?
I believe it. I
won't say their names, but 2 very large breeders in the hobby have actually tried to take that room away from me. And Penny Cuts is like, no, that's Brock's table. Or that's Brock's room. Luckily, I have the little jester, Winston, and they fucking love him. Yes, the carrot cake. Yeah, they love the carrot cake.
Wait. What about the breakfast with the BLT? Okay, what they love that spot right there. Stacks? Is it Stacks? Is that where we go?
Yeah, Stacks. We've taken you, MJ. I think you've been to Stacks, and then I also took you. Didn't I take you to the other place too? That's near my beer store.
Yes.
I can't remember the name of it. The one is Sunday morning breakfast. I think you did that one too.
Yeah, with Winston and your wife, Gretchen. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So like Tinley's like a whole vibe. And what I mean by that, like, you know, I'll start getting excited like on Sunday because I'm like, oh fuck, dude. I try to like all my other business shit, like fucking all my other shit, I try to like tell everybody like, leave me the fuck alone the week of Tinley because I want to prepare. I want to get my fucking displays ready. I want to fucking mentally prepare for everything that's going to go on that weekend and all the fun and just getting to talk to all the. I live in Nebraska. I got Danny Schumann, you know, Nate. I got a couple friends here, but there's not a lot of snake breeders around. And so when I get to slam 3 days or 4 days of just hardcore fucking reptile talk, I fucking love it. You know,
it's so true what you said though. You know, because a lot of people on social media who just look at things on the outside looking in feel like there's a lot of drama, but at Tinley, dude, all that shit is not in the air. Because first and foremost, nobody has that energy to confront nobody. Fucking nobody's about that. Everyone's here. I mean, how many people maybe talk shit about you, Brock, but they walk right by you and try to say hi to you and try to be a
shake my hand. I love it. Yeah, I love it, MJ, when I see text messages from people, you know, back in the day, they're like, eh, and then next day they're like, eh. I'm like, you motherfucker. I'll snap your fucking neck. But no, it's okay. Yeah. It's happening a lot. It's happening a lot.
Dude, I'm going to bring Steven on with Brock every time now. Brock is lit up right now. I love this. This is awesome, dude.
I had a stressful fucking day. This is great.
No, I want you to feel like you could just let it out here. You're okay, dude.
Is this not my home? Is this not my home?
You are in the nest, buddy. You are good. You are so good.
Okay.
And but yeah, dude, I got so many fucking awesome memories with Tinley. One of my favorite ones is meeting Emilio. Because me and Emilio, we've grew up friendship over the last couple years, longer than 2 years at this point. And he confronted me in a good way, obviously, at Tinley and introduced himself. And me, dude, I'm like you, Brock. Like I just want normal fucking like-minded people. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you can meet those people at Tinley, which is awesome. In the lobby, you can meet a lot of those fucking people, but definitely meeting Emilio was like kind of the first chapter of what everything that we got going on now with Trap Talk. And that's why I highly recommend for anyone out there who wants more out of this hobby. If you haven't been to a Tinley, you have to go to a Tinley. Like you just have to go.
I think Fall Tinley, there's no better show. I'll even say the ham show will never compare because I talk to a lot of people who go to the ham show. And I know the Pomona Super Show is fucking awesome. I do get that. But a fall fucking Tinley when all of us have the most cutting edge fucking morphs and Justin's unveiling fucking whatever the fuck it is. I mean, dude, it's an amazing vibe. It's an amazing time. Like you can't beat that show.
Yeah, it's the ball python mecca, pretty much.
It is.
What are you gonna say, Steven?
I got a question. I know we're the guests, so normally we don't ask questions, but I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are. So let's say somebody is in the chat and they're like, all right, I'm going to Tinley. It's gonna be my very first Tinley in next week. What are mistakes that you see people make when they go to their first national level shows?
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Not speaking to people. Like literally there's people who I've seen that were kind of near me. And then I get a DM saying, hey, MJ, sorry I didn't say hi to you at Tinley. Like you just looked busy. Or like, you know, like I want to introduce myself, but I just, you know, you look like you had a lot going on. And dude, we're just normal fucking people, man. Like, you need to come talk to us. Like put yourself out there and you never know what that conversation will take you. So just like, don't be afraid to talk to people.
I agree with that pretty much. That's it. That's about it for me.
What about you, Brock?
Okay. Yeah. 100%. Although I'm going to kind of disagree with you a little bit because everybody likes to say hi to me. I don't know why. I talk all fucking weekend long, and I know I'm a big, scary, fucking ogre-looking motherfucker, but they still come talk to me. I mean, they want to tell me about their MJ pastel clowns and their fucking.
What the fuck, dude? I haven't made a pastel clown since 2023. Can we relax?
I know, but I love you, brother. So I got to give you shit. So no,
hey, you're paying.
So many of them, but yeah, that is actually one of the biggest things is that people come into that show or come to a big show like that and they don't know how to talk to people and they're fucking and they think you're this huge celebrity, but you're really just some fucking dork behind a fucking booth with a bunch of fucking snakes in front of you and they're scared to talk to you and they just need to say hi and kind of pick your brain about what really is going on in the business, all that kind of stuff. Another thing that they make guys as a mistake is they come into a show like that, and there like 400 of us vendors, and they got fucking $2,000, and I see some guys got a line, my Zillow, 800 on fucking 300. Mine, you see that guy's over in the comment. He's I think he's keeping count. How many I'm gonna have to X-A that. So anyhow, but they come in, they got $2,000 in their pocket, and they blow it like within 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then they're walking around. They're like, I should have spent it over here. I should have spent it over there. You know, that's something that I do know that people do when they first come to the show and they're brand new virgins. Yeah. They blow the wad right away.
There's something I learned through veteran fucking show attendees, a thing called the pro lap. And a pro lap is you get there on setup day when everything's set up and you just do one good lap of looking. All you're doing is fucking looking. And you might even need to repeat that day of the show just to get your eyes on what the fuck is even out there. But not buying before looking everywhere is a fucking sin. Why would you want to do that? You know what I mean? Because again, you just never know what might be on that table that you just happen to not cross a path with yet. You know what I mean?
But there's the devil advocacy to that. Is that I know several people that do what you're talking about, where they take a lap twice around the show and then they come back to buy, and the animal that they really wanted to buy, it's already sold. It's gone. Because they passed it up. The stars never align. Sometimes the stars don't align, and maybe that snake just wasn't meant to be with you. I look at that too. Like if that snake's gone, it was gone for a reason, you know?
Yeah. That or also follow your list, because we go into a show with a list of priorities.
Yeah.
I mean, if walk the whole show, but if something is priority, you better get that, because Brock is right.
And remember, fucking spenders go to Tinley, dude. People go to Tinley to blow a fucking wad of money. Okay, that's why some people who never miss a Tinley, that's their one time to shop sometimes, is because they know they're gonna get something fucking sick at either Brock's table, Brad's table, Leviathan snakes, whoever's there. You could get some amazing stuff out of Tinley.
And I'm gonna caveat on that there, MJ. I'm gonna say that as vendors, a lot of vendors sometimes because we size up the person on the other side of the table, and they size up the person on the other side of the table, and like, that person ain't got no money, or that person does have money, and dude, I mean, sorry, I'm revealing too much, but we do that because that's kind of what we do as business
for sure.
But I will tell you, one of the fun things about Tinley is don't always judge a book by its cover. Because
you can never do that.
Because I've had people who I've looked at first glance and said they don't got $200 to their name, and they got holes in their shirt, and they got this, that, and the other. And then guess what happens? Fucking 30 minutes later, I just got $3,000 from this person, and I'm like, what the hell? They're walking away, and Gretchen's like, Did that just happen? I'm like, that just happened.
All because you kept it cool and business-like with him. You didn't act like he was not worth your time.
I totally gave him, he started asking the right questions, this individual at the time. He started asking the right questions. I could tell. I'm like, hang on, this guy's serious. And I'm like, who cares? He's got holes in his shirt. Who cares? He looks like he just slept in his fucking car, which he might have. And I'm like, but, he was a real person, and he wanted snakes. And, he got them. So it was good.
Here's something for all you guys. How smart is it to, reach out to some of the vendors pre-show and work a deal out with them? Let them know. Right? Isn't that the best way to get ahead of the curve? Is reach out to Brock, say, hey, Brock, been following you for a while. I'm going to Tinley. What do you got? Or something like that? Or do you think that could maybe work too, Brock?
100%. I got 2 pre-sales. I mean, for this show, normally in the fall, I'll have I'm probably delivering. I'm a nobody, but I'm delivering 5 or 8. But I'm not anything. Steven over here, he's got 10, 12 with his Patreon. I mean, he makes me look like I'm fucking nothing. So, yeah. Steven, do you agree that people should do the pre-sales, that they should learn?
I feel like that's almost always how we buy snakes from you at this point, where it's like, all right, Brock.
Hard.
Yeah,
because by the time you get there, it's like other people are already on top of it, I feel like.
Yeah. What do you think? And some of the best snakes, guys, never make the table. I mean,
facts.
Right, Emilio? Do you agree with that, Emilio?
I mean, yeah, if you're paying attention to what a Brock Wagner is producing, to what a Miguel's producing, to what Justin's producing, you're messaging them ahead of time, hey, what's coming. You know, I want you to know I want this. This is what I need. Let me know, bro. I think those are the best ways to get ahead. And also, yes, if you're going to Tinley, hey, what do you got going? Send me a list.
I think
mean, bro,
for
it makes things much easier, and you're getting way ahead of other customers.
And you can start making payment plans. Like some guy started making payments 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago on the snake that he's picking up at the show because it makes it easier for him, you know. And a lot of us guys, we offer payment plans, which it's amazing in this economy how many people they need a payment plan. So,
yeah, because at the end of the day, what we want is someone that's gonna buy. You know, send a payment, get their name on there, not have to ask the wife. You know, I mean, you know.
Yeah, I think Bob's even said he's had shows where he was able to fucking clear house just with pre-sales. Like just getting all those taken care of was enough for him to say he had a good show.
Oh, MJ, most big breeders like Bob Boo, I mean, he's on another level. But yeah, most of those big breeders, their show is made by the pre-sales. And then anything that's made off the table, that's great. They're killing it off of that. They're super happy about that. Like most of the show, especially in the fall, that's all happening off of pre-sales for sure, 100%. So, and Emilio, I had one for you ready for this the other day. It was going to be a payment plan, and we all know how we have to ask the wife, right? So this person was going to buy said snake, blah 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 blah. And then the best part was, I'm like, hey, you said you were going to send $400 on X day, blah, blah. And that does go for like a week. That doesn't, then you start getting a message like, I'm his wife, and like he was involved in a car accident. And that's a coincidence. I was like, yes, I got a new story. I was like, yeah, and then you hit delete. It was great. It was awesome. I was like, you mean just a matter of bullfuckery that happens out there is pretty awesome.
Yeah, the stories I've heard too. Go ahead, Steven.
Oh, I was going to say on the topic of the pre-sales, one other benefit beyond just like securing an animal that might have been really difficult because a lot of people wanted it is that, like, let's say you are interested in the Sunset Project. You know, you're going to Tinley. Brock is the guy to go to for sunsets. You reach out to him beforehand. You're like, hey, I love the Sunset Project. You're the guy. What do you have anything that you feel like would be good with whatever these other projects are? So then Brock is starting to put a name to this, not just a random face at the show because there's so many people. So that way, when you come up to him at the show and you give him $5,000, whatever it is that you're buying, he has a longer relationship with you and that he's more likely to remember you. And then that's how you can kind of network in one way that you can kind of get your foot in the door in order to build a relationship with somebody like Brock or Justin or Bob or anybody like that. And then over time, it gets to the point where you just are friends with them. And then Brock will invite you to his dinner.
Hey, I want to add to that, Steven. That's really a good point because the last 2 years, bud, I've had a lot of people or, reach out Morph Market or social media, whatever, Instagram, all that. And they're like, how do we do this? Or how do we, get into this? And a lot of these guys, a couple of them that reached out to me, guys, are dog breeders, and they're dog breeders that want to get into the snake game, whatever reason. And what they don't understand is what Steven is just kind of touching base on there. They're like, everyone always just deletes my messages. Please, Brock, don't delete my messages. I just want to get in. I don't understand. And I'm like, okay, I get where you're coming from, but like what Steven
relax.
Yeah. First of all, relax. But number two, if you want to get into this hobby, no offense, I'm not going to go get in. Let's just say I want to get into the sneaker game or the fucking car game or whatever. I know I'm just not going to walk onto whatever into that hobby. I'm not spending any money. No one's going to pay any attention to me. No one, and especially if I just walk in, no one's ever heard of me. They don't know how serious I am, whatever the fucking case it is. And so, it's like, hey guys, MJ, you had, and I want to be really PC about this. MJ had a podcast within the last 5 years. And MJ had this guy who had spent a lot of money with Breeder X. And this guy, he was kind of, I'm just going to lie, he's an ass chip. And anyway, you're like, you think this guy's your friend? Oh, here he is. And I'm like, well, yeah, because he just blew $1 million with that guy. That's why his friend. Duh. It's like, come on. Like, it's people have to understand you got to grease the fucking wheel if you want to get in there and fucking get to know people. You know what I mean?
And that's not really good for that big spender to get gassed up like that, because now they think there's something special for spending a lot of money.
Yeah,
Guess what, asshole? You're not the only one spending a lot of money, dude. And it doesn't mean shit to spend money. Anybody, my 2-year-old could spend money. It's not hard to do. You know what I mean? It's what you do with it. And that's one thing about Tinley. I see the same guys spending fucking loads of cash at Tinley. Good for them. But where the fuck, what are you doing with it? I've seen you spend thousands over the last 5 years and you're not producing shit. And it's beyond me. Like you spend all this money, but I don't see the fucking work. Okay.
You got to do the work, dude. You got to do the work. Emilio, you're a perfect example of this. If you see someone buying in, they're spending a lot of money, but if they're not putting in the work and breeding snakes and making cool ass snakes, they're not got any street cred. They have no street cred. Would you agree with that, buddy?
100%.
Yeah. I'm going to caveat that. I'm going to throw another shout out to Brett and John Towers. Love them to death. Right. They're two people who came into this industry 6 years ago and they started wrecking it, man. They bought so much cool stuff, this, that, and the other. But they have street cred. They beat me to the DG Monsoon. I sold them snakes that they made snakes before me because they put in the work and they did the fucking work. And they did that. So John and Brett, they got the street cred. Right, MJ?
Yeah, but what about me? I got street cred too, Brock. Okay, it's not just pastel clowns that I'm fucking making over here. Okay, hold on, let me finish. I made a pavement OD clown hypo. Okay, pal, and Steven likes it, and I'm
gonna yeah, no,
hey, MJ. What? He's just getting you back. That's retribution.
Bro. I get it. I get no problem.
You know what you've done to me over sunsets over the years, my friend. You have just you've taken me on a cheese grater and just rubbed my head right on it, buddy.
I never said I didn't deserve the headlocks. Okay, I get it. All right, and Brock let me go.
Done out of love. They were done out of love.
Yeah, but Steven, what's your take on that? You know,
I feel like that. There's a lot of people who, at all point in time, that come in with to the regular average person, a significant amount of money. And buying really good animals is definitely going to help you in the long run. But I do feel that it is not uncommon for people to come in saying that, or thinking that if they buy the absolute best animals that they can possibly get, that they are automatically just going to be successful and sell all of them later on. And I think that, especially given how competitive the hobby is now, just because you make amazing animals, everybody is making amazing animals. And then what are you doing to get people to want to buy from you? And I think that it is not uncommon for that. That is the challenge, I think, of the hobby, is the sales. Breeding the animals, anybody can do it. The sales,
I don't see how you're supposed to make it in this game at all without your own vision. Like, you gotta have a vision. You have to have something that you personally like and you want to make, not versus just I'm buying this to repeat whatever the fuck this guy's making. Right, Brock? Like, there's got to be something that you got to put your own branch on this huge tree of the ball python world. Like, and there's ways. There's so many different things out there to make your own lane in this game.
If you're not sincere, like, look, if you're not sincere, I think that I'm going to touch on Steven's part right there. Anybody, and Steven's right, anybody can buy wherever the fuck they want. I mean, dude, you can come in with $100,000 and wreck it right now. But if you are not sincere and you don't love the hobby, you don't love the game, you're not going to be successful, because I think people can honestly feel the genuine, individuals, and they can tell who actually is in this fucking hobby, who cares about this hobby, who wants to promote this hobby, and people who actually really give a fuck. I believe that shows, and I believe that people gravitate to those individuals that do, and that's where the money goes, and that's why those people are successful, and that's why these people, last in this hobby. I really believe that. Would you agree, Steven?
Yep, 100%.
And Steven, you are correct. People with sales, anybody can breed snakes. You're 1,000% correct, and it's about marketing and sales, which is what you do and you're professional at. That's where people really need to put the work in, and I think you're trying to teach people that, right, Steven?
Try. I do want to give flowers to MJ and Emilio on this. And this is something that MJ and I have talked about in the past, like, of just about anybody in the reptile breeding hobby space on social media. I feel that the communities that you two have developed are diehard. Like, people love you guys and are really, really passionate about supporting you guys. And I think that if somebody new is going to come into the hobby, again, anybody can breed reptiles. And if you're just doing it as a hobby and you're just having fun, great, you're doing awesome. But if you want to get to the kind of top tier, I actually think that it is absolutely necessary that somebody does what you guys have done, be able to create their own space and get their own community supporting them so that way they can be successful.
And again, it's just going back to me and Emilio being like-minded. We love what we do. Like, we love it to the point where we're not afraid to express what it really is like being a full-time reptile keeper. And it's challenging. Like, we're not going to sit here and act like fucking we got money coming in left and right. I mean, we got to work for this shit. But challenges is what we kind of seek, right, Emilio? Like, we're not afraid for obstacles and challenges. And I know Brock will say the exact same thing. Think about the amount of fucking years and challenges Brock had to go through to get to his fucking position. And Emilio, 20 plus years in the game. You know what I mean? Brock, go ahead, Emilio.
This is our life. I love it. And I'm going to do this till I die. Brock touched on it. We fucking love this. This is why we're still here. He's got 24 years. I got 20. You guys will, you know, MJ, you have 8, but when you add all the species together, that's actually a bigger number. Steven, what you and Courtney are doing, you guys are a force, man. I have to give you flowers as well. You guys are building, you know, helping build the game. You guys are amazing. You're talented. I love what you're doing with Bob and Will.
Awesome.
I have to give you flowers as well. You guys are fucking killing it, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm being 100% honest. You know, you guys are fucking killing that shit. Keep it going.
I love that. I love the Bob Will podcast that Steven's got going. I mean, I love it obviously because I love Steven, but no, it's so awesome. I mean, you guys are doing a good job, and I hope that you guys continue it. I don't know what you guys are going to name it. I love that you don't know.
I know, like we've
Just call it the Voodoo Show. I mean, come on.
That's not the name.
It's called the Voodoo Show.
We were originally going to go with Casting Couch, but we got a lot
That's
of
a little much too much. Because if somebody Googles that, Googles that, and they click, and God forbid it's a 12-year-old, and they click on the wrong Pornhub fucking page, you know what I mean? They're not going to get TikTok. They're going to get, you know what I mean?
I already get enough shit wearing my Bob's Balls t-shirt underneath my vest at work, and I come out and they're like, Doc, you into porn? I'm like, what the fuck?
YouTube strikes me if I put Bob's Balls on the title. I can't even put Bob's Balls on the title because they're saying it's sexual.
It's weird. It's Bob. It is sexual. I mean, come on.
You've seen his band too, okay? It's all starting to add up here.
I have to say, guys, aside from money, aside from it's all about hitting those cutting edge animals.
We love snakes.
We always have stuff to look forward to. We have this hobby that makes us little kids and gives us Christmas twice a year.
Yes.
Like, tell me who else has this.
It's the biggest gift that keeps on giving, dude. It's amazing. And again, Brock, you know, one thing that you value is feeling young and feeling alive.
Yes.
And this hobby, bro, I've seen here, Brock, I'll never forget this. I forgot what, I think it was not fall Tinley, might have been Tinley of last year in March, but you had a fucking big sale in the beginning of the show. And I'll never forget how lit up and excited your face
was. That was like 3 years ago, but yes, MJ, you were there for that. You were
so happy. And I'm like, dude, look at this guy, man, a fucking veteran. And he's acting like he just made his first sale right now. Cause that's what it did to you. You know what I mean?
It did. It was, you were there. I think honestly, Bud, that was probably 3 years ago. It was a fall fucking Tinley. So it must've been 2023 or whatever. Or 2022 or 2023. You're right. I had an unexpected, crazy, like $50,000 fucking Friday, and just got slammed. And it was a good time. And I may have brought a cooler beer, so yeah, that was also good. And you saw me at Peak Brock. That's what Peak Brock performance right there. Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, I still replay that fucking day in my head because it was just so magical and so amazing. You know, it was a great time. And if I wasn't constantly going to the show and constantly showing up and representing the hobby and being there, I wouldn't have days like that, you know, because, you know, that's what it's about. You have to be there and you have to represent. And one of the things me and Steven were talking about earlier today is, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but like guys like myself who've been doing this long, we're representing the hobby. We're putting in the work. And I've been doing this for 20 plus fucking years. So I've had bad Tinleys. I've had great fucking Tinleys. I've had so-so Tinleys, but I always show the fuck up. I'm always there. and I'm
Right.
helping further our hobby. Does that make sense? Like I'm there to represent further.
Right. And I brought this up before when you took off real quick, but you know, it's not like we ever don't have challenges we face. You know what I mean? Like you got your own challenges within your room that you deal with, Brock. And like you said, not every Tinley's a fucking winner. All right. But you know when it's time to celebrate certain wins. And I'm sure you have a lot of moments with that with your daughters in your room, dude. Like you know when the times are good win this game. But you also like you appreciate the challenges too, because it's so good that the challenges mean something else is coming. I feel like anytime something makes you feel like you're on an uphill battle, dude, it's so worth it getting through it. It's so worth it.
100%. If this was easy, no offense, everybody would be doing it. And I'll never forget, like 2006, I had another breeder, we'll leave his name out. He told me, he's like, Brock, if this was so easy that you put 2 snakes in the tub and you made money, it was, you know, everybody fucking do it. He goes, Brock, why is everybody not doing it? And I just remember going like, and I was new and young at the time, and I was like, okay, all right. And he was like explaining to me all the other stuff that go with it. And you are 1,000% correct, because there's so much more than just the breeding of the snakes. There's, like I just told you, constantly showing up, constantly representing our hobby. I mean, say whatever you want about me, but I'm representing our hobby, and I try to represent it in a positive way. And I'm here to support this market. We guys, I think the hobby kind of sometimes forgets this. We represent and we make our own market. You know, the only reason, Emilio, that a fucking puzzle is worth X amount of money is because Brock and Emilio says a puzzle's worth whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? We represent that hobby, guys. We're the ones that make this market. And so I think as stewards of the entire, you know, industry, we all have to remember that. And we all have to, you know, those of us that have been doing this a long time, we have to show up, because if without us, no one would believe, or no one would really understand that, hey, that snake's worth X amount of dollars, because we keep putting in the work and we keep showing up and we keep selling them and keep doing that.
But to be able to be one of those people that could say a price on a snake and people know that's the right price, it does not happen overnight. Like these are people, like you have put in so many reps, the two of you, Emilio and Brock, to where your understanding of the market that a lot of people don't see it the way you guys see it right now. And it's mainly the people who just not really, they're not tapped in, like they're not fully in it. And ball pythons isn't something where you're halfway in, you're halfway out. You're either fucking in this game or you're not going to be in this game, because you're going to.
Yeah, there's so many people in this game, bud, that they got like their pinky toe in or one fucking foot in. You got to fully, if you're going to do this, don't do it fucking part-time, man. Don't do it hard. You know, yeah, you can have a full-time job. I have a full-time job. I have other businesses, but I'm still fucking 100% ball python. You know, I'm still 1,000% into my reptile fucking game. And you have to be that, and you got to be there, and you got to represent it. You know what I mean? And that's why Tinley, let's go back to Tinley. Tinley is at the highest level for me to represent myself in the business and the hobby as a whole, and being there and being professional and fucking talking to people and representing and saying, hey, this is what we do. This is why we do.
That's your Super Bowl. That's the show that counts for you.
I get it twice a year, man, and nothing else matters. It's those 2 times a year. That's for me. That's what I live for. Mm-hmm.
So what's your Tinley prediction? Let's both of you, Steven and Brock. What are you guys expecting next week? What do you think is going to go roll out?
I think it's going to be. I'm optimistic. I think it's going to be pretty good. I think a couple different reasons. One, I think fall Tinley, from just the amount of people through the door, I actually think was light, and I think that was partly because Snake Discovery wasn't there. Snake Discovery is there at this time, though, right?
They are.
Are they there this week? Okay.
I think so. So I think it's going to be pretty busy again. And then I think the other one is it's tax season time. So I think that that's always a little like uptick at the show. I expect it to be a pretty good show. We're not vending it. We're just going to be there as guests because we don't have enough animals and all that stuff. And we always have to like steal some table space from somebody anyway because we don't have our own table. But it's going to be a good show. I'm excited for it.
Brock.
Okay, so let's just talk about the market for a little bit. Obviously the market, I think last time MJ was on talking with you, we were kind of talking about how the market kind of was sliding down, this, that, and the other.
Sure.
But the reports coming out, Bob's show just happened. I heard nothing but phenomenal fucking things about Bob's show. And I have a lot of, people who, how do I word this? They're selling snakes that are $2,000 and under. Guess what? They're telling me they're going to snake shows and they're selling it and they're doing great. making $3,000 to $5,000. They're selling a lot of snakes between the $200 to $500 range, and they're making money. So I personally I'm very optimistic about this show. I'm optimistic about the hobby. I think people's perception, maybe people's, people are starting to understand that, hey, I can still make money at this. I can sell snakes, excuse me, I'm sorry about stuttering. I can sell snakes between the $100 to $1,000 range, but you sell 10, 15 of those at a show. Guess what? You're going home with money. Let's just be straight. You're going home with money and you're doing what you love. And so I'm actually really looking forward to this, Tinley. I think, yes, Steven's right. It's tax season, but I think that a lot of snakes are priced right and that they've gone down in prices that are affordable for a lot of people. And I know people that save their tax money. They come there to Tinley. They come to see their favorite breeder, whether it be Bobby Voodoo, Steven from Leviathan, Justin Kabelka, or whoever. They're coming to see their favorite breeder and to give them some money. And I think that this week's going to be no different. I really do. I'm looking forward to it.
We're still pretty thick in a buyer's market too, you would say, right? Like right now is probably one of the best times to be coming in or adding stuff at this point before it's not going to be such a buyer's market.
Yes. And hang on, I'm going to let Steven, you touched on this. I think two of your little, I'm just going to call it the voodoo show. I don't care.
Okay. All right.
It's voodoo show. I don't give a fuck. It's a voodoo show. So it's a Bobby Voodoo show. So on your second to last voodoo show, you guys were talking about people investing in the hobby and what it would take and how many people are putting money in and this, that, and the other. And I think you guys kind of settled on if you had $100,000, $150,000 and you're bringing in the show, or into the hobby, right now, that you would wreck it. Is that kind of kind of the consensus on your little couch informal podcast you had going on there? Is that right, Steven?
Yes.
Okay. So, because didn't Miguel say like, hey man, you have 100,000 right now. You're going to come out, you're going to buy some killer shit, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think right now that people can invest in our hobby and buy just amazing fucking snakes. And in 2 or 3 years, hell, here's one for you. Ready for this, MJ? I'm going to blow your fucking mind. I sell everything I got out in the fucking building. I wait 6 months. I spend $200K, and in 3 years, I'm fucking killing it because, I'm able to buy all this wonderful, cool shit.
Yeah.
But okay, guys, let's think of the big picture here. This next person coming in with 100K, this all sounds great, but how do you know what to buy and who to buy it from? You know what I mean?
Steven, you go first. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a hard question, and I don't think that I probably have like a complete answer on it. But one I would say is, if you're coming in, like here's an example. Are you guys familiar with Lavish Reptiles, Lavish Pythons? I apologize if I got your name wrong. They're from the UK. They're just recently coming in. They're buying some amazing stuff. Like they bought into Tornado. They're getting some really, really cool things. They're kind of doing this right now. Are they the next whale? What's up?
Are they the next whale?
I don't know because I don't know all that they're buying, but by buying Tornado stuff, they're definitely taking it seriously.
All right.
So they are coming into the hobby. They're really, really nice people. And I think that one of the things that they're doing is that, at least from like talking to them, they're essentially joining like a bunch of different Patreons and just networking and just trying to like make connections, but not just stick to one person. So that way, I think that that's one of the mistakes that can happen is if you're coming in with $100,000 right now, you might find one breeder that's really high profile and has amazing animals. But if you only ever buy from that one breeder, you are going to be limited and they're going to steer you towards the projects that they are working. And I think that what Lavish is doing is by going with a bunch of different people, you can take all of the information, all of the preferences of everybody, and then figure out what you want to do and how you can do something yourself. And I know that doesn't stop somebody from getting scammed, but I think that
I have a counter to that though, right?
Okay.
Because let's say there's a certain project you're really after. Like let's say Exantic is your fucking cup of tea.
Yeah.
I know there's people out there with the best line at Exantic. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And again, if you're talking about a project like Exantic or Sunsets or Hypo, there's certain lines that aren't equal to other lines. Like there are, what I'm trying to say is there's better lines of stuff out there, right?
Yeah.
So, and again, I think having your toes dipped in a bunch of different Patreons, you're going to see different versions of these lines that people are buying because people are they show their stuff out there. But goddamn, man, like for me, Like if I know I want Exantic, I just know I'm going to go to one person that has that best line Exantic. But then again, that's for Exantic stuff. I think when it comes to certain projects, there are certain individuals that have the best line of that stuff. But again, you don't buy everything from them. You know what I mean? It takes time to really kind of see what you're favoring, like what you like. I mean, you have people that like TSK Exantic, and you have other people that like myself that like the VPI shit. You know what I mean? But again, you got to get your eyes out there, and that again, it's something that just takes time. Like you can't grasp all this information within a year. It takes so much. That's why it's like if you have 100,000, I hope you don't spend that 100,000 all in one year.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. No. Like what? But
MJ, what you're saying, I get it. You're right. Hey, like people can say, I'm the sunset guy. You should get your sunset for me. Blah blah blah. Yeah. But what Steven is saying, and he's right. I'm just going to use your example on one of your podcasters who spent $1 million with breeder X, and that's all he spent his money with. He's now gone because he didn't spread his money out. I got Brett and John Towers. They spread their money out amongst many different breeders, many different people. They didn't give a fuck. They're buying from everybody, and they're good with everybody. They're still here. So do you see? Do you see? And that's the point that Steven was just trying to make.
Yeah, I agree with Steven that you getting a diverse
selection,
learning diversity from different people, different approaches. I think that's great. 2, 3, 4 Patreons, listening to them equally and building knowledge like that is the best way.
And Emilio, getting your fingers out there where you're good with so many different people. Yeah. And so when you have shit to sell, all those different people are kind of, oh, you spent money with me, I'm going to spend money with you. Because that's a big thing for me, Emilio, is I buy snakes, but I buy snakes from people who buy snakes from me.
Oh, you support who supports you. But I have to say as well that hopefully from those groups, you are taking what MJ just said, where you're getting the best quality animals.
Oh,
yeah, for sure. Like I agree with that. But yeah, I'm with you, Brock. I don't think someone should be spending all their money with one person. I don't think that makes sense. I think you should be kind of building networks with other breeders and building relationships. Look at what you've done with Steven, both of you guys. You know what Steven's done with Bob. Man, the tentacles, the network it's amazing. That's what you want to do.
And there's going to be times where, like, putting yourself out there might be a 12-hour fucking drive to Tinley or something, but you got to want it. Like you got to want it.
You have to want it. And Emilio, I'm going to tell you right now, I think the person that's doing the buying, the purchasing of the snakes, if they're dealing with one person that says, hey, I got everything for you, you should only spend your money with me, I think the buyer, honestly, Emilio, should go, okay, that's red flag. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
That's a 1,000% flag.
Yeah, but you ready for this? I can't tell you, gentlemen, how many new breeders that I'm talking to or I'm selling a snake to, and they're telling me about how the salesman on the other end that they're dealing with is like, oh, you just buy from me, you can only get it from me. I'm like, no, dude, go out, meet other people, talk to other people. You're gonna jive with that person. You're gonna jive. No, you should you should really talk to more than one breeder and get to know more than one breeder, expand your network. And you're going to find some people you're going to jive with. You're going to find some people you don't.
Exactly.
It's okay. It's totally fucking okay.
Be your own judge. Be your own judgment, dude. Don't fucking go off what the person you're buying with. Don't just fucking feed off everything that they're telling you. Like,
exactly. If that person tries to trap you and say you can only spend money with them, I think that's a huge red flag, and you should separate yourself from that person, because I think that's a problem. I think that, we need, as a hobby, we need to definitely spread it out amongst everybody, and that we definitely need to, like you just said, your tentacles should be very, very broad, because we'll go back to our Tinley. If I wouldn't have been open with so many different people, I wouldn't have the great Tinleys that I'm having, because I have so many different people that I deal with there. And so many different people I interact with,
Yeah. Hey, I did want to bring this up as well, because I know you're pretty well vested in a monsoon. Where's monsoon at with you, Brock? And I want to get your take too, Steven, where you feel like monsoon's headed. But really, Brock, what's on the agenda big wise with monsoon for you?
So for us this year, we're working the DG Monsoon project. We want to make the Monsoon Dark Night. So Winston and I, we're working real hard on making a chocolate spot nose monsoon. Hopefully it's cool. Hopefully it's fucking cool. This year we're definitely going to make some monsoon ultramels, and so those are cool. I think they were made over in Europe 2 years ago, and I don't think any have been made here in the U.S. yet. I think I have a customer who I sold the double heads to. I think he's got eggs. Evan's got eggs, I think, right now. So kudos to Evan. Hope he hits. So we're working on that. We're also we're trying to think kind of like outside the box of what are we going to combine our monsoon with this year to kind of like that not everybody else has had. I think Brett and John might be onto something with that monsoon sunset. I hope they make it this year. That's another one. We're working the hypo monsoon as well. So that's another thing that we're trying to do. Has it been made, guys? Have we made that yet? Has it been made? Does anybody know?
Not that I've seen.
Monsoon. Which one?
The hypo monsoon. Is the hypo monsoon?
It's been made.
Has it?
Made supposedly. I wonder if he tested it. But Cole, Mark Cole.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? I
think so.
Yeah.
No, that's Ultramel. That's a Mojave Ultramel sunset or monsoon. Excuse me. That's
that thing. This thing's fucking nuts. I gotta say this is pretty fucking awesome.
That snake's fucking sick.
Imagine hypo in this, dude.
Yeah. The reason I brought up it being hoping it's tested is because I feel like the hypo was definitely muted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Emilio, sometimes people are saying that they produce something that is not really, what they fucking think they have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wishful thinking.
It's easy to lie to yourself sometimes, especially if you're cutting the egg fucking 5 days early or something.
I am 100% guilty of it. I am so. I'll be like, oh man, it's got to be it. It's got to be it. Then it comes out and be like, okay, maybe I'm not as confident. And then we test it, like, God damn.
Next year I have a shot at Mojave Exantic Monsoon. Really excited about that. Fire special monsoon stuff. I'm dying to put DG. One day I'll put DG and hypo into that. A True Ghost Monsoon is going to be fucking insane.
I agree. And you saw Justin just showed the Anxanthic Monsoon, and I'm working that project. I thought that animal looked sick. Do you guys?
Yes,
it looked really good.
Oh yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah, that snake was fucking sick. Justin showed that one off, and I think he showed the DG Monsoon Clown. Does that sound right?
Also really good.
Also really fucking cool.
Interesting fact.
Okay.
He ran a poll, and last I saw, the poll had 140 respondents.
Okay.
And the DG Monsoon Clown was only up by 2 points on the Exantic Monsoon. That's how much people liked it.
Wow.
I mean, it's a triple at the end of the day. But man, that Exantic's dope, bro. I'm telling you.
The DG Exanthic Monsoon is going to be fucking so sick.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
Bonkers. Yeah.
That snake right there, look at that. That's a beautiful snake.
Dude,
and once we get DG into that, that's going to be fucking sick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. That's my favorite monsoon. There's lots of monsoons I like. That's my favorite one.
That's my favorite for sure.
I think that snake looks fucking amazing. And I forgot to touch on this. I mean, I'm going to produce more monsoon clowns, which are, by the way, they're very variable. Some of them are pretty fucking cool. Some of them look so-so. Like they're kind of variable. It's kind of weird how they look. And even in Justin's video that he showed, guys, he showed 2 monsoon clowns, and they did not look the same, did they?
They were a bit muted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this right now. I think Sunset Exantic's been made. We're just not seeing it yet.
Ooh.
I believe it. I believe
it.
So.
Hey,
I know you might listen. What you think might not be what I think, pal. And I'm telling you right now, I think there's a Sunset Exantic out there hiding in someone's tub, and they're waiting to fucking make a better version.
Steven, what's your comment on this?
We aren't working the project yet. Yeah, I know Bob has triple hets. I don't think they're breeding quite yet. Emilio has some, and I've seen like a couple other people talk about it, but I try to be plugged into. I knew about the Sunset G stripe, like it not being shown. I haven't heard of somebody hitting it, but it could be right, but I haven't heard. And I try to be like on it when I hear about stuff like that.
Guys, I don't think it's gonna be an ugly animal at the egg. If we're talking about risk, maybe at 1,000 grams, I don't think anyone's gonna hide that animal. I just don't think so.
Amelia, how close are you to producing it, buddy? How close?
Maybe next season I should hit it next season. Yeah.
Okay, so 2027 we should be seeing you produce some.
Yeah, but I have a friend that she has some females that are raised up, so we'll see. You know,
so she could make it this year, 2026.
She might.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Steven, is Bob Voodoo going to produce them this year?
I don't know, because I don't know if he started breeding them yet, but I know he has triple heads. He has Sunset DG Exanthics. So, and I think he's made, again, I don't remember exactly, but like combo DG double heads like last season.
Yeah, that's
and I know,
also.
And you know what's funny? They said I was trolling about Scrambler too, and here we are, fucking just speaking facts on it, dude. You can think I'm trolling, but guess what? Show me the fucking money, dude. All right. Till then, I could say whatever the fuck I want because I haven't seen one Sunset Exantic, and I'm rooting for Emilio. By the way, he knows I'm rooting for him. And I know he ain't hiding
for the game, but yeah, of course, yeah. I want to be the first or second one to hit it, but I just want the animal to be beautiful, and I think it will be.
Well, yeah, years are going into it. I hope so, but
yeah. I mean,
Emilio, just look at all the work and time and energy that you put in to produce that. I mean, that's one thing that people outside of our hobby don't understand is look at the time and energy, bud, that you put in to fucking make the Sunset Exanthic. You're putting so much time, energy, and work into that people have no fucking clue, you know? No clue.
Yeah, and let me tell you, you guys that have been pushing the Sunset Project against, you know, some odds with some people talking shit.
That guy up there in the left, the upper left-hand corner. I mean,
conversation, Brock. We've had that conversation. And bro, kudos to you guys for standing on principle. I mean, I did the same thing in 2009 when I got into my Exanthics. That shit wasn't popular back then, bro.
No. Exanthic was not popular, Emilio, at that time. We kind of shunned it from the hobby for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, what about hypo? Hypo wasn't even being told that it was het. People try to hide hypo for years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did really well with hypos. You know, this is obviously pre your time, MJ, until about 2012, 2013. And that's when the hobby kind of started going away from it. But prior to that, I used to make a good clip off of fucking hypos and made some awesome hypo, snakes.
It was champagne, right? Was it champagne hypo?
I was the one that my wife actually named the Mimosa. She was the one, we were the first ones to produce it. And she came up with Mimosa, which I thought that was cool. And we made a lot of really kick-ass looking fucking hypo animals. And then the hobby just kind of went away from it, gentlemen. It kind of went away from hypo. And then the DG thing that happened in 2020 was like, that was fucking insane just because, and Amelia, you might have been there. Were you there the 2018 Daytona where the Bells had the deli cups of DGs stacked up on their table? Were you there for that?
I don't remember, but yeah, that's typically they still stack them.
Yeah, but do you remember they stacked them up? It was like 2018, and it was like a whatever number it was that you could just go there and purchase. It was not very expensive, and get all those kinds of combo DG animals. I remember I think the Voodoo went and bought like 20 or 30 tubs of DGs at that time. I mean, he had the foresight because those snakes were worth like fucking 5 times the money in just 2 years. It was crazy. Yeah. Absolutely nuts. Mm-hmm.
I gotta go ahead, Steven.
Oh, I was just gonna say on the Sunset thing. I actually think that it is the criticism that Sunset got. I think that is one of the reasons why like people like us who got in when we did were able to do well in the project. And because I think that if there's too many, if everybody's hyping up the project all at once, then everybody buys in, and then everybody's producing stuff and it gets oversaturated. But with Sunset, there was enough criticism where not everybody jumped into it at once, and then more combos would come out and win a few more people over, and it'd keep going. So that way the price fall was much, much more gradual, and it allowed people to make their money back and keep making animals.
Okay, from what I can tell, Exantic could really do some damage with something that is more not good with dark stuff. And Sunset's not good with dark stuff. Sunset's a bright gene. Like Sunset needs to be lit up, right?
Yeah.
And that's my concern with it. We all know we've seen terrible Exantics out there that look just as brown as shit as Sunsets do with age. So my only concern is you get a shitty looking Sunset and a shitty looking Exantic, and you put those lines together. I just don't see that being a really good looking snake. I could be, and I hope I'm wrong because my boy Emilio, but I also believe in my boy's Exantic line. I don't really know much of your Sunset line, Emilio, so I'm not going to act like you have a really good Sunset line because I don't know. Where did you get your Sunset from?
I got it from Chun and Dynasty.
So I don't know.
It's standard procedure. It's not, it's not,
here's the thing.
It's not Brock. It's not Brock Sunset.
I'm nothing special.
Stevens, it's standard. It's nice. It's
Brock,
nice.
Brock, I shouldn't even be here.
Why am I even here?
It's a nice animal, bro. It's head pied. Whatever. It's done the job. It's produced some good foundational animals. We'll see.
Ooh, okay. I'm glad you brought up Pied. Brock, where's Pied fit in with everything for you? What's your overall feeling with Pied right now, especially with the higher end projects? Are you dicey about it, or are you still pursuing stuff with Pied?
I still sell clown pieds, and I'm pursuing a DG clown pied project. Winston and I still have, I think, some monsoon pied stuff that we're working on. I'm not big lover of pied. I never have been. Surprisingly, the last 2 months, you ready for this? Emilio, sunset pieds. I've had people that want sunset pieds the last 2 months. I don't have any for sale. I produced 2 this year. I sold them, and they sold pretty fast. And now people want sunset pieds from me. Can you make that make fucking sense to me? I don't understand that.
I love those sunset pieds that Luke and Ryan made. They're super pretty.
Cool shit. Yeah, they did. Yeah. I've sold some of theirs, but I'm just like, all the things last 2 months, people are like, Brock, we want some sunset pieds. I'm like, you want sunset pieds? Okay. I'm like, it's always the shit you don't fucking have. And you're just like, I'm like, what the fuck? So honestly, MJ, bud, I've never been a pied lover. I've never been big on pieds. They still sell, but they just sell for most, clown pieds are $300, So I don't know. I produced a DG clown pied last year, male, and he's like 500 grams. I don't know what they sell for, but I hope to make some more this year. So maybe I'll have some success. I don't know.
I think.
Go ahead, Emilio.
I think Miguel or Justin have a shot at Sunset Dreamsicle this year. I have a shot next year.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sunset
I think that'll be cool.
Sunset Dreamsicles?
Sunset Dreamsicle.
That should be interesting.
That could be cool.
Yeah. The Lav Sunset looked super cool. I'm sure the Sunset Dreamsicle looks cool, especially if it's like mid pattern or high pattern.
Yeah.
Like,
who made a Lav Sunset?
And then
Brad.
Also, I have some double and triple heads for Candino Sunset Pied with a touch of pastel and black pastel in there.
So Emilio, I think Ken Masick made some Candino hets for Sunset, right? Like Candino hets, they're double hets for Candino and Sunset.
Yeah.
Does that sound right? I know a couple people are doing that. I've got out in the building, I have got some double heads, but they're pure blood candy. So I'm
okay.
And I have 2 females right now that have like 12, 13 millimeter follicles for the candy.
That's going to be fun.
My double het male won't cooperate right now. And
that's
so
yeah, I think that's going to be nice.
I want to produce the candy Sunset before anybody else. And I'm hoping it's going to look fucking phenomenal. I personally still love candy, even though no one does. And because they age so well, guys, candy ages amazingly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say what made it like get behind the turn here? Like what made Candino like not be in the forefront? Because I agree, I see some really good examples, but what is it about like even Lavender and Candino just kind of taking the back seat?
I think on Candino, it being allelic with regular albino, I feel like that, and it's silly because you don't have to put it to regular albino, but I do think that kind of like influenced people's perception of it.
He killed it.
Yeah. And then with the Lavender, I feel like Lavender was super, super hot for just a long time. And I think it's still really pretty and people still like it. But I feel like Dreamsicle was like the big one that's been like driving it for a while. And I just think that people, not that they aren't doing Dreamsicle. I know plenty of people buying in now that are like, I love the Grail stuff. I love Dreamsicle. Like, but I think that just T negatives right now, I think that T positive albinism is like the hot stuff for the albino things.
Well, I think, Steven, that Lavender albinos, Justin pushed them very hard 10 years ago, heavily. And so many people bought into them, so many people had them. And as people were comboing, making Dreamsicle different combos and stuff, at the end of the day, they kind of just looked like a, Dreamsicle, all of them. It didn't matter what they had in it. They looked just like a Dreamsicle. I think people kind of got burned out on that a little bit. I think so many people were working the project guys that the price of Lavender went down to here. And then we all know as the price goes down to here, a lot of people don't want to work with that shit anymore. But it's been very odd because I've had a huge resurgence in just the last 2 months where people are wanting to buy Lavender Pied or Lavender stuff, Lavender Pied stuff. I'm like, what's going on here? This is kind of weird. And I think it's because it's a beautiful snake. I also think, guys, that what's going on in our industry right now, is that prices are going down on snakes, and we're getting a new entry-level buyer that's coming in that's, they don't know all of our history. They don't know that lab pieds were mass-produced. They don't know all this different stuff. And so they're coming in, they're seeing people are starting to vote more with their eyes and what they think is beautiful rather than what the price of an animal is, okay? And I think that we're seeing a little bit of that going on right now, too.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys, I've been working Lavender and Dreamsicle stuff, Blackhead Lav stuff. I look, I love Lav, but if you ask me what's the more consistent animal from the hatch all the way to the adult, it's Candy and Candino. I mean, what the animal comes out blazing from the get-go. So, you had Ralph Davis push it. He was the top dog back then. Then you had the next top dog take over. I mean, has a phenomenal name in Dreamsicle. They're great animals in themselves, but the other stuff is fucking dope as well. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we got to land this plane soon. So this is a wrap-up topic. I want to get deep on this one. Morph Market. Seen a lot of changes with Morph Market over the last couple years. I know we talked about it before in person and at the show. I think you sat down with us, Brock. We talked a little bit about Morph Market, but I want you and Steven's take. Amelia could just listen on this one because he's heard it too many times. But one of the biggest things that's supposed to be like the next huge thing for this whole entire fucking world is live sales. Morph Market now does live sales. I've had a couple people already come back to me telling me how much money they made within a couple hours on live sales compared to what they do vending. Will you ever entertain that, Brock? Do you feel like that's something that you might want to dabble in at some point, especially if you see other people doing so good with it? Do you think that might be something that could line up with what you have going on?
That's a good question. Palm Street started the live sale, avenue.
Terrible example, by the way, but go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, just being honest with you.
No, you're right. It was terrible. It was a terrible example.
What I've seen from that platform and stuff, I haven't watched the Morph Market one yet, but I didn't like what I saw over there. And so for right now, I'm going to have to say I'm out. But again, I know I'm just using that as my comparison. I haven't watched the Morph Market one yet. So I don't know if that's something I'd really entertain right now, to be honest with you.
What do you think, Steven?
So we never did a Palm Street, but we have lots of friends who did really well on Palm Street. We haven't done a Morph Market auction yet, but we probably will try one. I don't have anything against auctions, but we tend to not try to sell very often on auctions. What I'm more interested about from Morph Market's auctions or Morph Market's lives is the fact that how many people do you think are on Morph Market any given day?
A lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they're all reptile people.
They're
So
reptile.
if you go, yeah, if you go to a Morph Market auction, I think Brandon, I saw one, he did one, and I want to say he had like 100 some people in there. And I don't know how heavy he promoted it, or if that 100 some people just watching his thing was just organic from Morph Market. But if you have a live and you just casually have 100 people watching it, that's really cool and that's really good. And I'm interested in it from a marketing perspective. If we could get on and have, like, let's say a topic where it was like, all right, we're going to do the sunset topic. We're going to talk about the current state of the sunset project on a Morph Market live, and we're showing off sunset animals, and we're talking, if we can do a guest on there, I don't know if you can, talking to somebody like Brock about the sunset project, and then maybe auctioning off an animal here and there, not a ton. I think that that could be really cool. And I think that that's a different marketing avenue that isn't really happening right now in the hobby. Maybe on Palm Street, but I don't know. Again, Palm Street's more of a plant audience, which is great, but I want Morph Market's reptile audience that they've built up for the last 10 years.
Yeah, and Brock has a good point. You know, when you see something already be done and it's not really ideal, I mean, you're kind of just already turned off on it. But that's kind of why so many people who had Facebook refused to get Instagram for so many years, right? Remember there was that era where nobody had Instagram because it was another social media platform they didn't want to fuck around with because of everything.
You and me used to talk about that, MJ. You and me used to talk about that. You're like, Brock, you team Facebook, you team, Instagram. And
I remember that.
I'm old, so I was like, I'm team Facebook. And MJ's like,
yeah, we'll see about that. And now look at you. You know what I mean?
I'm
But
team
again, yeah, but it's just, I feel like the future is going to be something interesting when it comes to, options on how to get your projects out there. Like Steven said, I don't think you necessarily need to go on live to sell because I don't think there's really rules to it. I mean, you could literally show off a project. I think Brandon even said that mainly what his purpose was to show off a lot of stuff that he has available.
Right.
But again, more eyes, the better. And Morph Market is a place for the reptile people. It's not a place where you can get plants, but it wasn't started off plants. It wasn't started off fucking nothing but reptiles. So you already have all the reptile eyes of people who are really serious already there, ready to go. So I don't know. I just know, Brock, you do produce a lot of stuff. And I don't know, instead of wholesaling being an option or something like that, these live sales could actually be a better option.
MJ, in a year, I might be doing them. I don't know, buddy. I can't tell you. I try to evolve as our industry evolves.
You're doing great.
Yeah, I try to. I'm an old man. Emilio can tell you I'm old. I'm fucking old. So
yeah.
What am I even fucking still doing here, Emilio? I don't even know.
Hey, we're all getting old, bro. I was telling MJ today, we're all getting there.
I don't feel it.
Some shape or form every year, you know what I mean?
Oh, fuck. My knees hurt the other day. I'm like, what
Talk
the
about
hell?
the knees.
I'm 23. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, my knees are great.
Then you meet a young man like Steven. He rejuvenates you. He fucking, comes in like a breath of fresh air and says, hey, we can do this. Steven grabbed me by the back of the shoulder. I'm like,
I'm going to be 46 in 2 weeks, so.
Is that what you're
Damn.
Yeah.
I turned 50 this year, Emilio.
Hey.
Sheesh.
November, baby. I turned 50, and I told myself I need probably some change in my life, so we'll figure it out.
Blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like Steven. I'm 23 and a half. I'm good.
MJ's like fucking, he's like 31.
Sure.
Sure.
Hey, congratulations on the family, MJ. I really love
yeah.
pictures and all that. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah, man. It's something else. I love it. But Emilio, I know this is your first time with Brock on the show. So what's a wrap-up question you have for him?
Damn, you got me on the spot.
You already know this happens. Come on, dude. Come on.
No, hey, straight up. Brock, man, what's that one animal you feel like you could hit this year that you're like fucking like bonkers over? Like you can't wait.
Oh, for sure, the Hypo Sunset Puzzle. If I can produce that would, man, brother, if I produce that, my year's set, I would just be happy. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'd be happy for you. What about you, Steven?
We only got one shot, but Hypo Sunset Puzzle, but I won't use that one because Brock did it. We're doing a collab pairing with Bob, and we could potentially make a Sunset DG Clown Het Hypo. That'd probably be our best one.
Nice.
That's nice. That's nice.
All right. I want to go just because it's not Pastel Clown. All right. So I have a chance to make a Highway Mahogany OD Clown.
Oh, hell yeah.
This year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. MJ, that was amazing.
Thank you, Brock. I appreciate it. All right, that's it for Emilio. Emilio, what's on your agenda?
Oh, for me this year, what I'm looking forward to the most is hitting a bunch of fire Exantic Clown head DGs. What else? Shit, put me on the spot there. There's something else.
What about the Truco stuff? I'm on your bumper.
Yeah, my True Ghost stuff is always there. A bunch of Exantic double heads for True Ghost. But damn, there's something I'm missing right now. Yeah.
Damn.
Shit.
Well, I'm sure you guys get here on a Monday night. Mino's always there. But Brock, literally having you on the show is always a treat. I want to say it's definitely one of my favorites so far tonight. You brought the fucking heat, buddy.
Hey, thank you. We were all sad. Winston, hey, everybody.
Yeah, Winston, we miss you.
He called me earlier today. He was really down and out. I know we haven't brought him up very much tonight. We love the Winston. Dude, he was so fucking sick that I told him, I go, dude, you're going to go fucking throw up. He did end up throwing up. So he's all sick. So it was bad. Yeah. But Steven is always a blessed, have him around. So thanks, Steven.
I can be a substitute Winston here and there.
Hey, Winston's one of those guys, bro. I love Winston. I can see why you guys have teamed up, Brock.
Same.
He's great, man.
He's a true person, and without him in my life, I mean, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So, yep, Winston's totally. He's really carried me, so he's done a great job.
And if one quick thing about Winston is like, dude, you want to talk about passion you can't teach. This guy's passion just with life, like, you know what I mean? Like it's second to none. Anytime I could conversate with Winston at a show, I remember it. And it's always a fucking good conversation because you just feel so loved by the guy. You know what I mean?
Dude, he brings love around everywhere he goes. Like he really does.
He's a fucking great guy, man. But you two are awesome. What do you got, Emilio?
I remember. I'm really looking forward to Black Pastel Hypo puzzles.
Oof.
Oh, hell yeah. That's going to be really good. Yeah.
It'll be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I love those puzzle stuff. I'm super excited about puzzle stuff, bro.
And kind of looking to the future, both you guys need to come on a Monday night New Breed on the Block recap episode. So next time we revisit, it's going to be on a Monday night, Brock, and then you could even go crazier on a Monday night. I can tell you.
I love being on with you guys, bro.
Yeah, well, this is great. Thank you. Emilio was awesome. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, you two are awesome. I'm wishing you guys the best next week at Tinley, dude. I'll be there in spirit.
Emilio, MJ not coming?
I can't, yeah.
Nah, I got too much going on, bro.
I get it. I will give Steven an extra hug for you guys, okay?
But October, Thursday, 10 o'clock at night, when you pull up, I'll be there. I'll be waiting for you.
Show me, I come in at 10 o'clock. You'll see me, brother.
Yeah, kick some ass, bro. Good luck, okay?
Thank you.
Steven,
Thank you.
Where can people follow you at and hit you up if they have any questions?
All right, we got Leviathan Snakes on YouTube, Leviathan on Instagram. We have TikTok, but Courtney doesn't really post that much, but we'll be on TikTok every now and then for that. And then Morph Market, Leviathan on Morph Market. Also, real quick, Emilio, at some point between now and I don't know, end of summer, we got to come. We need to get with you to film interviews for MJ's documentary.
Trap Fest. He's going to be at Trap Fest.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah.
Perfect. And Brock, where can people hit you up at?
Leviathan Reptiles. They will then forward you after they screen you. Okay, they're going to screen you first, and then they'll send you over to Brock Wagner Reptiles, Morph Market, and our Instagram, our Facebook. But I want you to be screened first through the Leviathan Reptiles. Thank you very much.
Okay, hold on. What drugs do you test for, Steven? I'm just curious. Like, with this screening process, how thorough is it? Like,
so it's not so much of like a screening on drugs. It's like you got the money. Okay, whatever price Brock is going to give you, we're going to add like 50% on.
50% for sure. Yeah.
Well, I want to know if I'm dealing with a meth head, so I'm going with drugs for sure. Okay, I ain't got time for that shit. But guys, what an amazing episode! Please go give him a follow. Brock Wagner Reptiles and Leviathan Snakes. But give it up to Radford Steven and Brock, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you guys. It was great.
Great episode, boys. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye. Woo! Good episode, dude. I didn't know Brock was going to come in that hot. That was like,
I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear? Oh, leave and come back in. Hold on. I hope he comes back. But anyways, I'm not gonna lie. During sound check, I was a little butthurt because if you guys remember Brock when he was on this show last time, he had his whole wall of guns. He had literally $1 million worth of guns behind him, and I was like, "Damn, Brock, no guns this time." He's like, "Nope," but he came like he had guns, and he was just firing out of his mouth. And Facts were laid out tonight on Trap Talk with MJ. And sure, Biggie, I just want to say, Biggie, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Brock, man, he came hot, bro. I loved it. What'd you think?
Brock's fucking awesome, bro. That's fun. It was so much fun. Bro, I love when people tell the truth. They spit facts. They don't give a fuck. Oops.
Finally. Yeah, and it wasn't us. Finally, like I mean, he's only just repeating what we would say.
24 years in the game.
24 years.
15 to 20,000 snakes produced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a pleasure having you through on a Thursday night, man. But guys, go give him a follow, Villain and Reptiles. Go subscribe and also go be part of his Patreon. Find the link in the description below. But give it up. It's a wrap for Big E Top G. Ladies and
All
gentlemen.
right. Good night, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Great episode again, guys. I appreciate anyone who tapped in. If this is your first time watching, if you really enjoyed it, and if you're not subscribed already, come be a part of the movement, man. Hit that subscribe button. We're doing big things over here and we're growing by the day. So I appreciate all the love and support. If you want exclusive content, you want to get more behind the scenes, if you want to get to know me better, see what my plans are with everything that I have going on, come join the Trap Talk Patreon family. Click the first link in the description below. Shout out to my sponsors. Find all the information to all my sponsors in the description below as well. But man, what an episode. I want to let you know there's a banger of an episode happening here tomorrow with Dave Levison and JMG. They got Nick Mutton on. Would not miss that episode if I was you guys, okay? But man, thank you so much, Steven. Winston, you were missed, buddy, but Steven came through in clutch. All right, and Brock, thank you so much for an amazing episode. Find all the links again. Have a good night, and I'll see you at the top. Sorry for the interruption, folks, but a quick word from our sponsors. Shout out to tonight's sponsor brought to you by ZooMed.
ZooMed is proud to be supporting the Trap Talk Reptile Network. At ZooMed, reptiles are our passion. For over 48 years, we've been creating premium foods, supplies, and habitats for reptiles and other exotic animals. We're a company made up of hobbyists that test our products on the hundreds of animals that we care for here every single day. Whether you're an established breeder or a first-time hobbyist picking up your first ball python, ZooMed has you covered with everything you need to keep your animals happy and healthy.
I'm excited to talk about this new product with ZooMed called the Slither Sense. It is a remote temperature and humidifying monitoring system, which we all know how important temperature and humidity is to your reptile. And for you to have remote access to your temperature and your humidity in your reptile room could really, really be a game changer for the longevity of you keeping reptiles. So guys, make sure you check out that product. Find the link in the description below. Click on it right now. Give me your feedback in the comments below. Let me know how you're liking a brand new ZooMed product. Shout out to tonight's sponsor, and that's the one and only Morph Market and Morph Market shipping. One of the biggest exciting things about the reptile hobby over the past couple years is Morph Market shipping taking everything to the next level. Anything as far as reptile purchasing or selling needs can all be done on Morph Market's website. So I highly suggest you go check it out, especially if you're in the market of purchasing your first, second, or third, or fourth reptile. You can find a bunch of legitimate breeders on Morph Market's platforms. They stand very tall on representing the best breeders we have in the hobby. So don't look anywhere else when it comes to looking for your new reptile. Not to mention, if you're looking for aquatics or your next plant, Morph Market's a spot for you as well. Make sure you head over to morphmarket.com. And the best thing about Morph Market's platform, you could ship directly from their website with Morph Market shipping. Morph Market shipping has saved this hobby millions of dollars as a whole. I myself saved thousands with Morph Market shipping last year due to their insanely cheap rates. So definitely go take advantage of these rates on top of the amazing customer service that comes along with Morph Market shipping. Shout out to Darian and Zach, and shout out to the entire Morph Market team. So proud to be a part of this team. Thank you so much for Morph Market shipping and Morph Market, and so excited to announce new Morph Market features that are going to be hitting the reptile hobby real soon, like live sales on Morph Market. Thank you so much, Morph Market and Morph Market shipping. Shout out to tonight's sponsor, and that is Jersey Guys Balls, father-son duo who are just slaying it in the ball python game. If you're into sunset, if you're into monsoon, if you're into puzzle, this is the page you should be following on Instagram right now. Jersey Guys Balls are invested in some of the highest and most exciting projects in the ball python game today, such as Tornado and many other genes like Cosmos. So again, make sure you go check them out on Instagram. You can also follow them on YouTube, and definitely go give them a follow on Morph Market. You can find all the links in the description below. And again, thank you so much, Brett, and thank you, John, over at Jersey Guys Balls. Shout out to tonight's sponsor, and that is Clutch, the #1 organization app in the ball python game today. Also, tonight's episode is brought to you by KINOVA Reptiles, the biggest world industry leading ball python company in the hobby, in the industry. So excited to announce this partnership with Clutch and KINOVA Reptiles. No name that needs an introduction. As you guys already know, if you're looking to invest with the best, KINOVA Reptiles is the way to go. And again, if you want to be organized, if you want to be ahead of the game, there's no better organization app in the ball python game than Clutch. Thank you so much to the entire Clutch team. Thank you so much, KINOVA and the entire KINOVA Reptile team. Please continue to keep doing what you're doing. Nothing but inspiration, nothing but excitement coming from KINOVA, Reptiles, and Clutch. And I'm excited to have more information to announce to you guys here in 2026. Thank you so much, Clutch and KINOVA Reptiles. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Mark Bailey Reptiles, my mentor and definitely my favorite ball python breeder we have today. 40 plus years full-time reptile keeper. He's just been a huge inspiration ever since I met him. And also, if you really want to see what his work is all about, you could just simply go to morphmarket.com, type in Mark Bailey Reptiles, give him a follow. And anybody who has gotten a snake from Mark Bailey Reptiles have been super happy, and that's going for 40 plus years. So very honored and very happy to not only call Mark Bailey Reptiles a friend of mine, but also a sponsor of tonight's show. Definitely appreciate your support, Mark Bailey. Definitely look up to everything that you do. Shout out to Mark Bailey over at Mark Bailey Reptiles. Thank you for all the fellow support. Thank you so much for anyone who watches the Trap Talk Reptile Network. Hit that like button. If you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, you'll be notified of every new episode dropping here out of the network 7 days a week. And also by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, it pushes this network out to other new keepers coming into the hobby. So by you doing that, it does more than you think. So thank you so much again for all the support. And if you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. We're doing big things over here and we really appreciate it.